Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck to Sim live stream. Today is the 3rd of July 2022, 35 minutes past 6 in the evening. We're back in X-Men 11 in the ZIBO MOD 737 on a sector from Gdansk to Amsterdam Schiphol. We're going to be flying a surveillance radar approach, something I've only done once in real life in the last 11 years. That was only just to try it for a bit of fun. And now VATSIM Schiphol are hosting that event today. But first and foremost, you might be wondering where I've been the past month. Well, I'm in the process, or was in the process, of moving house. I've just got the keys a couple of weeks ago. The last 2 weeks has been, you know how stressful moving house is. I've moved house, I've got all my office now set up, I'm in a full summer roster as well. This is the first absolute any opportunity I've had to stream was today, and it's just really good fun to get back into it. So I hope you've all been doing very well. Yes, Icefire, everyone thinks I've been getting an EasyJet A320 type rating. Yes, I've been so impressed by the Phoenix A320. I thought it would be great fun to go get my type rating and switch operators, but no, I've in fact been doing as I've just been saying. But yes, going to be enjoying this today. Here you go. Would you like to see a bit of my new house? You probably can't tell any difference. It looks exactly the same with how I have yoke cam. This is a new office wall, and the same yoke cam and throttle quadrants all here. You can't see anything else, but it's close to work for me, and life's all getting back on track again for me on a personal side. So thank you very much all for your patience. Now, for anyone who've watched the Formula 1 race, I did, no spoilers for anyone who perhaps wants to watch that and catch up. A great race, that's all I'm going to say. Best race I've watched Formula 1 in a very long time. Anyway, let's see who we've got in chat here today. We've got the old regulation alpaca pilot shorts I see. We have Graham Young. I'm wearing my shorts today. Lovely here in the UK today. Matt Haynes, Julia Roberts is currently in the bedroom. Quite literally, it's in my bedroom on top of my chest of drawers, not the real one there. Dave Hagan, thanks you 24 months as a member. Reminder that you're flying Boeing, not Airbus, and the call sign is Alpaca, not the other airline. Yeah, I'm going to definitely slip up. I've probably done 100 hours on the real aircraft since I've last streamed here. So, Norman Robinson, greetings from the Bermuda Islands. Thank you very much for popping in. Muddles08 is here. Sorry, Captain, put the 737 in storage as I've having way too much fun with the Phoenix A320. I can imagine so. It's a great add-on there. Jacket Szkiplitski says hello from Gdansk. Hello to you. Good to see you streaming from your home airport there. Brendan's asking for a full 26k thrust no bleeds takeoff potentially. Somehow I've misplaced my work iPad. In the last 30 minutes prior to stream, I turned up the house upside down trying to find it. I just could not find it. So I've got no OPT performance. I've got no charts either, so I'm just going to have to use the Navigraph charts today. John Rayfield, hi. Did a 2-hour stint in a full-size 737 sim last week. Great fun. This channel helped immensely with flying skills. Thank you very much, John. I'm glad you had a great time in the 737 sim there. Fantastic. And who else came in there with another ping member? I think I can't see the comment there. VATSIM capable of providing guidance for an SRA approach. They are, Cam. In fact, VATSIM Holland are hosting events specifically so people can practice this SRA approach. I've never done one in X-Men 11 and ZIBO mod, but we'll talk more about that en route. Let's get the show on the road here. Here is the lovely Javecki design scenery for X-Plane 11. I've downloaded Ortho4XP for the entire sector. We've got an A340 absolutely dominating the ramp here. Definitely not designed to be here, but no bother at all. But here we are in 353.18 of the mod, untested. No time at all testing it today, unfortunately. This is the only free time I've got in the next few days. We've got lots of alpacas. Got Jet2 here, Turkish Airlines. There was a Ryanair around, but he's now logged off. And here we are. Great to be back streaming and in the ZIBO mod 737. Phone news, 36 months as a member. Sim OPT still works very well if you still have it. I haven't used it in a very long time, phone news. Again, looking for my work iPad prior to the stream kind of used up all my time. But we'll just go full 24k, see what happens today. We'll get back to the real OPT soon. Hoo chum, you should name this flight the smooth operation. Yeah, we'll see how smooth we can do. Did you check your flight back, Andy? I did. I actually was looking up the guidance on the SRA approach from my operator this morning, so I know it's here, but I've looked everywhere. I've just put it down somewhere silly. The house is a little bit of a mess. Boxes still to unpack, and I was measuring up for blinds, so no doubt I'll find it soon. I'll put it down somewhere very silly. Agtar, thanks for the 3 months of membership. 3 months already. Thank you for creating this wonderful community. Safe flights. Thank you very much, and thank you to everyone and the members especially for your patience. You know, not being able to enjoy the exclusivity of the members Discord whilst I've been moving house. But you'll see more of me moving forward from now on, albeit I'm doing 100 hours flying for real this month, no standbys at all. Jack is probably lying on the couch, probably is lying on it too. Yes, my ex-partner and I are sharing Jack. I have him for the next few days, and he'll no doubt make an appearance during the stream when I call him. Hello Tim, 42 months to member, absolutely crazy. I hope they're moving well and you're getting settled into your new home. Your iPad is in a box somewhere. I know, Tim, I don't know what I've done with it. It's I had it at the beginning of the day, so it's somewhere. But thank you very much. Welcome back as well. 42 months as a member. Excellent. So a lifetime live weather, beautiful weather in Gdansk. We have some ATC here as well. I think it's very busy here. Yes, we have ground and tower and ATIS. So everything will be as per my operator's SOPs today, as close as possible, as it always is. I had to jump back in the ZIBO mod, hadn't I? But we all love the mod, of course, over here on Flight Deck 2 Sim. Right, anyway, let's turn that music down. Graham Young, 3 months, thank you very much. So glad to see you back. Absolutely great to be back as well. Thank you very much for your continued support. Daniel B, off block is meant to be in 20 minutes. I'll do my absolute best to get an on-time performance today, but we're struggling in real life to do that at the moment. It's so busy at the moment. Loads of slots, delays, crew shortages, but we're doing quite well at the moment. A lot of disruption. I've been out of base a couple of times this week as well due to crew shortages. I've been doing taxi journeys and all sorts, but I'm off now until the middle of next week, which I'm looking forward to. Maybe I can squeeze another stream in, but I'll see what I can do. Right, so we need some ground power. I'm out of practice, guys. I've not streamed for a while, and I'm going to make mistakes. Bear with me. How do I select ground power again? There we are, GPU connect. Battery on, GPU can now go on the bus. Electric hydraulic pumps. Come on, landing gear lever is down. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green lights. Then we check all the aircraft documentation and the ship's library. So I downloaded all this lovely ortho. It's probably going to be dark by the time we get over to Schiphol today, but never mind. Let's do the fault and fire tests. Check the squibs. So there we go. Fault and fire. 3 fire warning lights. Overheat light. Wheel well light is illuminated. And make sure the fire light is on too. This is an untested version of the mod, so anything could happen today. Domino Mosina, thank you very much for your £3 today. It's very generous of you.
I came home today to find that all of my lamps had been stolen.
Oh no.
I was absolutely delighted. #lamp fund. Someone had to start it. Smile.
Unbelievable. Thank you very much for the £3. Appreciate your donation. Yes, I will get a lamp. I mean, I don't know if you can see if I put my webcam on here. I do have a little lamp, look. It's my little IKEA lamp. Oh look, it's like the thing off Pixar. There are other animated film producers available. So yeah, I quite like my little lamp there. I'll put that towards another superior lamp at some point. Thank you very much, Domino Messini, for your £3. Continue support and moderation too. Appreciate it. Henry Handel, 6 months as a member. Got to make sure it's a butter, otherwise the controller will see the fail. I'll do my absolute best, Henry Handel, to butter it today. I've been doing some good butters at work this week as well. Even the cabin crew have been impressed. I don't know, we're just on a bit of a butter streak at work, but unfortunately I can't prove it, so you just have to take my word. New Airbus pilot tries ZIBO mod. Unbelievable, Anthony. Thank you very much for popping in. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Fault and fire tests we've done for now. Overhead panel vent. Test the attend button. Let's check the flap position. Flaps are up. That matches the indicated position as well. Do a quick config check. Config warning horn is sounding. Let's do the cargo fire test next. That's looking good. We've got the fire warning light illuminated, and turn up the lighting here on the panel. Check the manual gear extension door is closed. It is. Circuit breakers are all in. Let's check the stall warning test. Need a little bit longer on the AC power for that. Mac airspeed warning test is done. That's the flight recorder tested as well. IRS to nav. EC's on. We have no warning lights up here. Circuit breakers are all in, and now let's start the boarding process. Excellent. So Jardy VFX, is that ortho? No, but this is the scenery for Javecki Designs, but you can see as the sun sets I do have ortho. What a waste of time that was to download, you fool. But it's going to be completely it's going to be a beautiful sunset flight, but you won't be able to see any of the scenery I downloaded there. Richard, I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you pop in here. Not be long before we're flying one of these together. We will be, Richard. Now, Richard, ladies and gentlemen, is a good friend of mine, and he has just started his type rating at my operator. So I've known him for years and years. He was cabin crew before, and he went and became a pilot, and now he's just started his type rating. I'm sure many of you will wish him the best of luck in his type rating. You haven't still asked me for any questions, and I know you've started your... Well, he's already passed his type rating. He's passed his line, his LST. He's already line training. So yeah, not long to go, my friend. Thank you very much for popping in here. Richard, glad to see that someone is still flying the ZIBOs. Hey, we'll always be flying all the simulators here. I love both of them. Right, let's grab some weather. We have ATC online. Here's the ATIS. I think we're going to struggle for an on-time performance today. And bear in mind, this event finishes in 2 hours and 15 minutes, albeit I've got 45 minutes to get airborne. Let's go. Oh, God, I can't remember how to stream. ATIS frequency, 129.630. I did lots of tests just before the stream to make sure it was all working. The audio was fine. Looks like I cannot find... Where's Xpilot here? Looks like it might not be on text here. No, I can't get the audio here. So I've just double-clicked to get it on text for you, so I'll just read it out for you. It's Gdansk information Delta. It's runway 11 in use, departures 080 at 10, transition level is 6,500 feet, or sorry, 80, 6,500 feet for the transition altitude. Information Delta, not much else to say. It doesn't even give any information about the weather conditions, which is clear, nothing about the temperature, which is around 21, 22 degrees. I can't even see the QNH on the ATIS, so let me just grab that off the METAR, which is what Active Sky uses. So its QNH is 1018 here in Gdansk. So 1018 is set. Let's set an MFRA of, well, 1500 feet. Looks good enough. So we'll switch that over to Barrow, 1500 feet. Good to be back simming again, guys. Really have been looking forward to this. Hello, GJ. Nice for you to come in. TF5 1D, can the PMDG 737 in Microsoft Flight Simulator do this? I think they have an iPad coming for it. It's the best way to enjoy a 737 in Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's for sure. I still prefer the mod. You could argue I have an affiliation with the mod because I've been providing feedback for the team, but it is a great add-on for X-Plane, and obviously I've got a lot of plugins here to enhance the realism, which no doubt will come in time with the PMDG. I will be flying that again soon, probably. Well, I want to fly the BAE 146 from Just Flight next, because I've been telling them I'll be streaming that because of the last month. I've been having to hold it off, but yeah, it's all installed, ready to go, so that's probably what we'll try next. So QNH is set, MFRA is 1500 feet, so we'll turn up the lighting as the sun will be setting soon. Now let's load up the flight management computer. So let's grab our OFP. I've grabbed all the SRA Approach charts, which we'll be using today in Schiphol. They aren't actually on Navigraph. They aren't there in real life, I don't think, either. Very few places have dedicated SRA Approach charts now. I think Gatwick still does. So we'll find out what runway's in use later, and we'll refer to this chart. I've also got the PDF open, so it's going to be a lot clearer for you. So later on I'll show you this whilst we fly it, and we'll talk about on the way what an SRA approach is. Again, very unusual to fly them these days. It's sort of from the military originally, but they can be used. You know, and they're very accurate as well. Radar's essentially talking you down what was not an ILS, but a sort of virtual glide path, and you get all the way down to about half a mile away from the runway. So yeah, we'll talk about that later. Thanks Listerman for grabbing the weather in Gdansk for chat as well. There you go, 08010, Cav OK, 21 degrees, QNH is 1018. Right, let's have a look at our operational flight plan. Here it is. So, FMC, we are in Gdansk, which is Echo Papa Golf Delta. We'll select the left coordinates, GPS left. We are going to Schiphol, Echo Hotel Alpha Mike. Our call sign today is Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Just my favourite number, and I went for Gdansk and Amsterdam. that's the inspiration behind the call sign today. Darling runway 11, we are going to expect the Dixia 2 Bravo, so let's select that. I've just realised I forgot to load the fuel and passengers, so let's have a little look at the operational flight plan here. I'm not going to mess around today. We're quite heavy, but I'm going to take an hour's worth of fuel. I haven't streamed for a while, could have problems. Our landing weight 61.2, so even if we take an hour's worth of fuel, it's still below the max landing weight. So let's take 2.4 tons on top of this. That's going to be 8, 9. We'll go 8, yeah, 8, 9. That'll be more than enough. So fuel, 8, 9. And passengers, 180 passengers. So that's, oh no, that's 180 kilos, 180 passengers. There we go, that's more like it. Cool for the fuel truck. We've started the refueling and the seatbelt sign is still off. Perfect. Military still use them daily. I can believe it, maritime pilot. SRA is the only option in Gibraltar now. There you go, and I have never been there. They don't have any RNAV approaches there or anything like that. That's crazy. A list of 180 very light passengers. Yes, like models of dolls or something you could say. You just need to say like, comment, subscribe repeatedly. Yes, like, comment and subscribe. Yes, that's what all YouTubers and content creators do. There we go. I'll sprawl that out a few times a second. Right, so we've got the fuel and passengers on board now. Let's carry on the routing here. So we're going to go decks here, direct to Binker. From Binker, Lima 2-3. I can never remember this VOR in Germany. Wussen, November 125 to Elder. And we're going to do the Elder 1 Alpha. Now, it's westerly winds in Schiphol. I'm not sure what runway we'll have later. I am going to sort of build this approach manually later, because we're going to do an SRA approach. So what I'm going to do, instead of selecting... Well, what I'm going to do initially is actually select an ILS approach, but I'm going to switch it to building an approach manually later for the SRA, so we can just use heading and vertical speed for the approach. So let's select ILS 27. I have not looked ahead here. I have no idea what transition it would be on the star. Let's just go for the first one for now. Join the dots. We'll have a look later. It looks like something's in there. Let's just check here and put something a little bit more realistic in. So let's have a look. Looking good. It's heading in the right direction at least. Elder Nova in R-tip. Sierra Papa Lima. We won't go all the way out there, that's for sure. What I'm just going to do is go direct to AM621 and put that there. Something like that. We can tidy it up later. Activate. We'll execute that. So let's do our performance. So performance 59 tons. We're still refueling, so we won't continue with the performance until the fueling's done because all the weights will be off. We'll just put the 0 fuel weight reserves. Eindhoven's our alternate, 2.2 tons for our reserves. Cost index 30 at Alpaca Airways. We're cruising at 36,000 feet. Execute. 36,000 feet is up here. The elevation in Schiphol's got to be it's below sea level, isn't it? Well, certainly close to sea level. I've got the chart open here on the side. I can't actually see it clearly. I think it's like minus 12 feet or something, so I'll leave it at 0. Top of climb wind is 230 at 47. Top of climb ISA is 8 degrees. Executed. I'm going to go full 24k. I can't find my work iPad, so I've got no performance information, and we're just going to hold off there until the fueling is complete to complete our performance. So Alex van der Pas, Schiphol's going to be either 27 or 18 right. We'll have a look later. Listed in WSN is called Vesser. That's it, Vesser. I've flown direct to it several times before. Romain, how do you do these days outside view, please? Are you talking about just the external view? Well, in X-Plane it's Shift 4 to look outside, and then you can press C to have sort of a free camera, but I'll use that as much as possible today. I'm guessing that's what your question is there. Mason, would an SRA approach be used in a situation where the aircraft had a technical issue preventing an ILS, VOR, RNAV, NDB approach from taking place and there being no VMC airports in range? Well, you're having a very bad day if you can't fly any instrument approach. You know, an issue with the pedestal perhaps, but you've got other options available. But yeah, an SRA approach would allow you, without any nav aids, externally fly an accurate approach. At my operator we sort of treat it like a non-precision approach, but in the case of the approaches in Schiphol today, I think they take you down to around a minimums of around 800 feet. I find it quite hard to depict these charts from, I think these are SRA approach charts from the actual airport, but yeah, they are accurate, so that could be, if you were unable to fly an instrument approach, it'd be a good way of doing it in IMC. Greggy, has anyone in chat to tell me where I can find the pitch power chart for 747-400? Oh, you might find that online there. Who else we got here? In real life, does the turnaround coordinator give you the load info? Yes, awesome pilot. Just prior to pushback, around 10 minutes prior to pushback, he comes with the load sheet with all the information about where the passengers are sat, in which part of the cabin, and we just simply input that information into our OPT, and that will give us the weights required as well. That's typically around my operated 10 minutes prior to pushback that happens there. Daniel, how would you calculate vertical speed for a 3-degree glide slope, says Daniel B. 5 times table is your friend when it comes to 3 degrees. It'll roughly give you the correct required rate of descent, but all instrument approach charts generally will give you the required rate of descent based on your ground speed, so you can usually just follow that. But 5 times your 5 times your ground speed will give you the required rate of descent. Fueling's almost done there. Must be very close.
Deck fuel is all loaded up, and you are good to go.
Oh, would you look at that? You can't teach that. Right, flap 5, 95.6 CG. Sometimes it doesn't populate this, but you can get it from here. Takeoff CG. Let's go off gross weight CG 20.5. 20.5 speeds. Oh, trim is 5.75 units. Let's set that. There we go. And the speed's got a 40, 41, and 49. We'll just set that on the MCP here. Right, I've a bit all over the place here with we should have done this before, but panel scan, yaw dampers on, nav transfer display switch is normal auto, fuel 6 pumps. I think we've got a ton in the centre. We do, and cross feed valve, bright, dim, bright, and off. Lighting's all set. Seatbelt sign can now come on. Window heat can come on. All looking good there. Voice recorder's on. Trim air's on. That's all set. Pax auto. Get the APU up and running now as well. And that should be on steady. So for departure, flight directors are on. Master's on the pilot flying's side. Let's have a little look here at the runway QDM. So it's going to be 107. Set the courses to this as well. Uh-oh. Well, it could be in the Phoenix A320. I need my delay codes. We're due off in 3 minutes, but I think we're going to struggle to make that. There's no mention of a SID stop altitude on the chart. We'll brief that later, so I'm just going to set 6-1. By setting it plus 100 feet, that reminds me, remember, that I don't have the clearance. Auto brake to RTO, reset the fuel flow, and we'll select legs on the Jim's side, and the radio tuning panel is all set for departure. SID is an RNAV SID, so I mean, well, we can set it to Gdansk VOR 16.1, and we've got something, haven't we? Well, the internet in my new place is very fast. It's a little quicker than it was at my old house, I'm pleased to announce. 300 meg upload. 300 meg is the speed, but my upload speed, I use one of those awful socket wall plug things, so it does slow it down, but it's still 50 meg per second. It's more than enough to stream high quality there. Essel, is it correct to add more speed to V2 in the MCP? Now, my operator, we set V2 on the MCP. With 2 engines, the flight directors will command V2 plus 20 on the climb out, but in the event of an engine failure, it'll command V2 to V2 plus 20 depending on what speed the engine failed at. So yeah, we at my operator just set V2, and then you have a reference to pitch for in case if you're flying a special engine out SID, we try to fly that at V2. Andrew B, glad you're back. Hope you settled in, new home, enjoyed the British Grand Prix earlier. Yes, no spoilers for the British Grand Prix, but I loved it. It was one of the best races I've watched in a very, very long time. Watched it with Jack on my lap, which was lovely. Right, taxi then, guys. We're on a remote stand, so we'll just start the engines. Very short taxi for us. We'll make a left turn off stand 42 onto Mike, and then Alpha, and then we'll go full length for runway 11. Jack's just having a bit of a stretch behind me. And the departure is this Gdansk, well, a Dixir 2 Bravo. Hey, buddy. Dixir 2 Bravo, runway 11, straight ahead to Golf Delta 421. Golf Delta 421, 3,300 feet above, 220 knots checks. Right turn to Golf Delta 444, max 220 and above 5,500 feet. 451 is 90 above, NVOB, and then Dixia. There's no mention of stop altitude, but we do have it all at or aboves. It's an RNAV 1 SID, contact Gdansk approach immediately after takeoff, so it'll be an automatic frequency change, and there's the routing we've checked. Right, let's grab our clearance, and then we'll do the checklist. So, I have not checked if it's all working still. I've not changed anything since I last streamed, so fingers crossed it's all working. I've tuned the frequency. It's eerily quiet. But, oh no, that's tower. Let's try ground first. Okay. I hear people. I hope you can hear it too.
Taxi right and hold short of Alpha. Fast water.
Ground, very good day. It's Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. We're on remote stand 42. And request departure clearance to Schiphol. Information Delta 1018.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, Gdansk ground. Very good evening, sir. Delta is correct. You're clear to Schiphol. Departure runway 11 via Dexir 2 Bravo. Initially climb altitude 5,000 feet and squawk 1,000.
Cleared to Schiphol on the Dixia 2 Bravo. Climb altitude 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha.
And feedback is correct.
Perfect, so we got our clearance, 5,000 feet on the MCP, and put the APU on the bus, get the GPU disconnected. We confirm it's the Dixia 2 Bravo, which is in the FMC, and the squawk coming in now, 1,000. That is all set and stand by. Right, let's do the safety inspection before start checklist. See what I've forgotten. Lots, light test. Got that fuel truck's very close. I'd be concerned. Well, imagine Jim is checking the lights. I'll check the oxygen. Thanks, Jim. I presume there's nothing wrong. Yeah, cheers, buddy. Yeah, thanks. Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, he had us in the first half. We have clearance, Claire, it's brilliant. Radio failure, score 7600, hopefully not there, subheating. Richel, our GLS approach is not supported in the 737NG. You need to have the required equipment. For example, on this one, because I don't have the... what's the radio tuning panel called? I can't remember now. We wouldn't be able to fly it, but our newest 737s do. Schiphol, cool. I know RK2K. That's where we're going. Right, let's do the clearance. We're running a little bit behind schedule. The checklist.
Safety inspection checklist. Surfaces and chocks.
Checked.
Maintenance status.
Checked.
Get rid of the ground
Battery.
power.
On.
Electric hydraulic pumps.
On.
Landing gear lever.
Down.
Ship's library.
Checked.
Safety inspection checklist complete.
Excellent.
Before start checklist to the line.
Doors closed.
IRS mode selectors.
Nav.
Gear pins.
Removed.
Light test.
MMR, thanks
Check.
guys. Multi-mode receiver.
Oxygen.
That's what I was
Tested
looking for.
100%.
You need one of those.
Yaw damper.
On.
Nav transfer and display switches.
Normal and auto.
Fuel.
Sorry, I was just having a sip of water. Fuel, we require a minimum of 6542, and we have 8-9 on board, and
Checked.
Fuel pumps.
6 pumps on.
6 pumps on.
Cabin util IFE galley power.
On.
Emergency exit lights.
Armed.
Fasten belts.
On.
Window heat.
On.
Air conditioning.
PEX auto. Bleeds on.
Pressurization.
So, cruising at 360 and 0 feet set.
Set.
Pressurization mode selector.
Auto.
Instruments.
Cross-checked.
Auto brake.
RTO.
Hydraulics.
Normal.
Speed brake.
Down D10.
Parking brake.
Set.
Stab trim cutout switches.
Normal.
Wheel well fire warning.
Good so far.
Checked.
Radios, radar and transponder.
So we've got set and...
Set and standby.
Rudder and aileron trim.
3 and 0.
Takeoff briefing.
discussed.
Discussed.
PA.
Yeah, I'm not doing one today. Running late.
FMC CDU.
So that is set. I've got takeoff page, my side legs on Jim's.
Set.
N1 and IAS bugs.
N1 and IAS auto. V-speed set.
Stab trim.
Set.
Performance, weight and balance.
Silent sense.
Checked.
EFB.
Pulse.
Airplane mode and stowed.
Phones.
Off.
Flight deck windows and cockpit doors.
No!
Not again.
Oh, whatever.
Closed.
Doors.
Closed.
Passengers.
Seated.
Before start checklist completed to the line.
Excellent. R2K2 METAR data looks right. It's beautiful weather here. Yep, Cav okay. 21 degrees, all looking correct here. We are all good to go. We're only 4 minutes late, not bad.
Today 60 Alpha, contact tower 118.1, goodbye.
Roger, contact tower 118.1. Sorry there for the fright. The airport looks way different when you're this close to the ground. See ya.
No problem, sir.
What was that?
Alpaca 5 Golf Kilo, request push and start.
Very smart not to do a PA. Very, you're right, Dave.
Number 5 in sequence for pushback.
Oh, number 5. Alpaca 3-2 Golf Alpha stand 4-3. Request engine start on stand.
Alpaca 3-2 Golf Alpha, unfortunately, sir, you are number 6 for startup due to request from Amsterdam. So we need to depart all of you with a 5 minutes break between. Expect about 20 minutes delay.
No problem, thank you. Well, what should we could play something instead. I could get that maps thing. Well, if you want to play realistic flight simulation right now, that's quite typical. Slots of 1 to 2 hours. This is as realistic as it gets. Plenty of time for a PA. Let's do a delay PA. Right, let's do a PA. Let me do a boarding PA then. I'll do what as it would be in real life. Yeah, well, this is typical. You know, Schiphol have slots. My only thing is, we're going to be pushed for an SRA approach because the event ends at 2000 Zulu. That's an hour and 55 minutes. It's an hour and a half flight time. So yeah, we're going to be right on the edge of this. Right on the edge. Right, let me do my PA. What would I say here? So yeah, first things first. We've got the APU on. Keep the air nice and conditioned. We've got plenty of fuel. We didn't take standard block fuel, so we don't have to worry about that.
Victor Alpha.
1 Victor Alpha, go ahead.
Alpaca 1 Victor Alpha, pushback and startup is approved
Get this tight apron as well.
west, QNH 1018.
Quite nice scenery, this one.
Push and start is approved facing west, QNH 1018.
Do they not know who you are? Simon, no. Unbelievable. Juan, 2 months of member, thank you. Realism to the max today with the delays. Don't tell me about it. I got a phone call on what day was it? Thursday, right at the beginning of my standby at 5 AM in the morning. Oh, hi flight deck sim. We did say that, obviously. Really apologetic. Said I'm really sorry. Ah. Sure, wing serve. Well, that would be alarming. My goodness. Yeah, I had said, really sorry, we've got a taxi. It's like, right, go on. Yeah, you're going to have to go to X airport, about 2.5 hour drive. So, okay, no problem. And yeah, unfortunately there was, well, the first officer called in sick, and they didn't have any first officer available, so I sat in the right seat and swapped on the way down route. So that was the other day. My other standby got called because the skipper called in sick. So yeah, it's very busy at the moment, very busy. I don't have a single standby on my roster this month. July is going to be around 90-ish hours. Time for Costa Next 99. Should we crank it up? Should we do Costa Next 100? So Costa Next 100 is climbing at 320 knots. Takeoff's main change, interesting. There we are. Costa Next 100 then, hopefully that will claw back about 10 minutes on this sector. What pushback's he doing? Steve, 10 months, remember, welcome back, dear sir. You've been sorely missed from YouTube feed. Thank you very much. Belts on, Mega, thank you very much indeed. Vanderpass, 3 months. What? Enjoyed the Airbus pilot pretending to know stuff about a 737. Brilliant. Thank you very much, buddy. It's good to be back. John Kessler, for maximum realism, they should cancel flights randomly. It's true. So this is a request from Schiphol. I knew I should have started 30 minutes earlier.
Correction, there is no need for the pushback from your start position, just you are clear for startup, QNH 1018.
So hopefully, one's gone to the whole point. I think this guy here is now Alpaca pushing here. We've got Lufthansa there. Schnell. Turbo tug, brilliant. Dave, Captain King be called in to be a first officer. Didn't know that. They're absolutely, Dave. So actually every time annually when we renew our instrument rating, we actually do at my operator called a right-hand seat check. So captains are qualified, all captains are qualified to fly in the right-hand seat. Now, unless you're a training captain, when I operate in the right-hand seat, because I'm just a line captain, I can't be pilot flying. I have to be pilot monitoring. Obviously, in an emergency, that's different. But I have to act as pilot monitoring in the right-hand seat. But what we typically do is two captains will do one sector, and then we'll swap seats. And then the other captain will fly on the way back. I've done it a couple of times now in the last month. And on for your information, beautiful evening up here at flight level 360 over Carlino. I don't even know where that is. Andrew, have you tried the new PMDG trim wheel since it's updated? Have they fixed it now? The never-ending speed trim system. I haven't tried it. Well, plan is, guys, ZIBO today, 146 by Just Flight. I've been really wanting to fly that aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Then it'll probably be the PMDG 73.
And confirm Alpha Hotel, holding point 11, Lufthansa 1 Kilo Charlie.
Confirming, sir.
This is probably good for the biceps. Just switch your arms around. Oh, I feel like I've done a workout the last 3 weeks moving house, just lifting heavy stuff all the time. So guys, just for information, I have just tuned in. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in after a long time since streaming publicly, nearly 4 weeks. We are doing the Amsterdam Schiphol SRA Approach event, but because it's so busy, we have a sort of slot at the moment. It's going to be another 15 minutes until we can start engines. Guys, keep your ears open for Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Don't want to miss the queue. Evergreen 641, where did you move to? I moved from the UK to an unspecified destination in the UK. About a distance of about 20 miles. No, it's not fixed, just slightly better, but speed trim still gets going for 20 seconds. Yeah, speed trim system makes very few inputs when hand flying. You know, a couple of times maybe on a climb out. It really depends on your CG position, your thrust setting. But I was thinking about it when I was flying the real aircraft. It barely trims a couple of times for about a couple of seconds on each takeoff. Icefire, precisely. Hello, Cat. Don't make any banter, because I never understand your jokes. Cue the below sea level jokes. I hope you remember to attach the water floats. I get that one. Yes. What are we at Schiphol? Minus 12 feet. I'm quite surprised AV's not here. We could give him some Dutch banter. Poor old Max today. He had a bit of a... no spoilers. No spoilers. Did you move from Tokyo to Ottawa? Okinawa, says Sam Heaton. Unbelievable. Roy Heap, thank you very much for your lovely message. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Thanks for your lovely message on Discord. Great to see you back. Thank you very much. Good to be here, buddy. Joseph Bird, what's your favourite route to fly on the 7-3? I actually have a new favourite now, but I can't say because I'll give away my operator in Japan. So I have a new favourite because I like going there because it's very small, very quiet, nice long runway. Large airports at the moment is carnage. You just got to get on with, got to go with the flow really at work at the moment. Just there's delays, there's all sorts there in the industry, which is very short staffed. But at my operator, things are going quite well. We've not had any cancellations really. It's just very, very busy. But I've heard at Schiphol, yeah, really busy at the moment, isn't it? Really, really busy. And listen, yes, spoilers. F1 has lots of spoilers. You can each car at least 2. Unbelievable. Andy, I did offer to help you move. Would have done it in one run. Might have demolished a few of your neighbours' cars, though. Unbelievable. No, I've been. I rented a van last weekend, and one of my best mates, he helped me move most of my stuff. We did it together, and then I did rent a man in a van with 2 men in a van, just to lift the really heavy stuff. So like the washing machine, my bed, which was a bit awkward to get up the stairs. But the rest of it I actually did. Most of it I did myself. Any Max? No, still not flying the Max. I'm itching to fly it. I'm hoping, or so I've been told, I'll get my hands on one by the end of the summer. Really looking forward to it as well. Just been NGing. Hey, what are we waiting on? Release. We're waiting on release from Amsterdam. They're very busy. And obviously an SRA approach requires a lot of capacity from the controllers. I think they've got a number of controllers giving our SRA approaches today, but we're getting there, we're getting there. The tune slightly as we are waiting. There we go. Love. This is the second time I think I've flown from Gdansk in the stream. I was looking for somewhere about an hour, hour and a half away, and I just thought, Poland. Why not? It's nice to have it explained as well with all the model matching. I think the AIG model matching though is coming along quite nicely in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hoo chub, do you think McLaren can finish a P4 in constructors? No, I don't think they will they? They're lagging behind here. It's just, yeah, I don't want to give too much away in regards to the race today because some people are watching it on catch-up. Cat, I'm not singing that. Who remembers that ad? There are other reputable dishwasher tablet brands available. I've got my soundboard ready for banter. Looking good. Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of sitting in aircraft on the ground at the moment.
So I need you hurry up with the pushback.
Hurry up. Rapido. There goes Chanix.
Sorry, say again. Okay, I see now that you are pushing back. Great, we don't want to delay the main person.
Oh, no. No, you don't need to. You could delay me as much as you like. I'm no more. You know, no requirement for me to have any other priority. I just want to be in the queue of everyone else. Unbelievable. Klinder, so looking forward to the 800 in Microsoft Flight Simulator, just 6 to 7 weeks away. Yeah, I'm looking forward to flying the 800, the PMDG 800. Shame they didn't release it there, and they're sort of making you have to pay for each variant, but, you know, they price it whatever they like, but we'll always have the mod to turn to. Andrew Bolton, your scariest approach, please. Scariest approach really isn't approach related, it's usually weather related. So the days where I'd say it's the most stressful are the days where you have those storms, you know, Storm Eunice being a classic one. I actually had to fly in that. Sort of 50 to 60 knot winds, you've got wind shear, aircraft had you doing go around wind shear escape manoeuvres. Everywhere around you, 200 miles has similar weather conditions, but those days we tank up. We just take, you know, we take about 3 hours worth of extra fuel, and you always have a get out of jail free card where, you know, even if it means diverting flying for an hour and a half. Those are the challenging approaches. Joseph Bird, what's the biggest delay you've ever had? Well, I mean, to the point we've had to cancel flights. 4 hours, you know. This week, the largest day I had was 2.5 hours. That was the one where I had to go out of base in a taxi. But we do everything to get that flight going. We do everything at My Operator to get you to your destination. Delays are inevitable, especially in the summer, especially at the moment with crew shortages and strikes going on. But yeah, we do everything we can.
Question for you: we're going to be able to push back from present position into the taxiway.
Andrew, Flight December thought you might have been at the Merc Team Garage as they're the famous celebrity to get access to. They know you are. Unbelievable. Not at all. Just some mediocre streamer. There we are. Chanix is facing east.
Okay, Alpaca 5 Golf Kilo.
Scottish, skittish. Hello, Mr. Streams. Glad you're back. Thank you very much. Atman, Captain, where can I find a list of music which you use on your stream? It's called the Chill Lounge Chill Playlist Freeware off of Spotify. Chill Lounge copyright free music, although be it I have had instances where it wasn't copyright free and I've been demonetized on videos, but it seems to be pretty good now. Joseph Bird, well, the worst day I think I had to circle around an airport waiting for clearance. Ah, yeah, that can happen. That's not that unusual. Heathrow early morning, that's quite common.
When clear of the traffic, you can push back into the taxiway Romeo, QNH 1018, thank you.
Looks like they're still putting their bags away in the cabin.
Aircraft behind us, push back, correction, push a start onto Romeo.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, old Thompson here, now 2E.
station, stand by 1 minute.
Jack? Come here. Come here. He says, oh, I've just woken him up. Jack's pretty much... He's adjusting really well to the new house. Obviously it's all different, but I've got some of the old furniture, so he's sort of like... He's being a bit of my shadow since I picked him up earlier. Good boy. I won't get him up, guys. He's just on the bed underneath me, all like curled up in like a ball. That's Cirrus pilot. Are there bad storms over France this time of year? I'm flying to Béziers in the next week from the UK. Well, yesterday I flew to Spain. The weather over France was absolutely glorious. You know, visibility 200 miles, completely smooth. You know, no clouds. It was lovely yesterday flying. It was the smoothest I've had it. You know, this time of year, especially in the next 2 or 3 months, you get thunderstorms that can bubble up here. Some days are nice, some days are smooth, but you're never in danger. Hi Alfie, evening chief, hope the move went well, wasn't too stressful. As stressless as a house move could ever be, Alfie Douglas. It was of course a bit stressful, but now I'm in, my office is set up, you know, but the lounge is looking like a lounge. There's still boxes everywhere, but yeah, it's I've got £4 lick and stick IKEA blinds. Serious blinds for me, it's town cumulus for me then. Yeah, possibly. CBs, storms. We always stay well clear. Lee Russell, thanks you, 4th stripe, that's a year as a member. Evening co-skipper, thank you very much, buddy. Welcome to the Skipper Club. Thanks, early module. Yeah, getting there, guys. Right. We're going to be right at the end of this event here. I hope we get to fly an SRA approach, guys.
Copy that. I'm going to give you 5 minutes prior. Sure. Was your 13 hotel already approach site?
Perfect.
With the 13 hotel, stand
so I think you have delays.
Pushback approximately 3 minutes. I'm going to squeeze you between the traffic to Schiphol.
When we have delays like this, you know, keep the passengers informed. Sort of, when we have large slots of in excess of 2 hours, slots can improve. But if you already have a time where you know where you're going to be pushing back, we just keep you informed every kind of 15-20 minutes. We'd make a PA just saying this is the situation. You know, we'd open the bars as well after a certain amount of time, so you can get a drink as well. Use the toilets. There's the Ryanair 737-800 pushing there. Blue glass, external views as we wait, yes. There's Air Asia, he's a very long way away from home. There we are, on our remote stand, Alpha X-Ray.
Hello Gdansk, Grand Ryanair 5 Whiskey just landed, taxi to Stansom.
In between, you play blackjack against the passengers to get some extra revenue. Unbelievable.
Romeo, stand number
81 arrivals into Schiphol. Are you joking? Really? There's the Air Asia just rotated. Oh my goodness me! I might have to rename this stream. Just Gdansk Schiphol. Is it that busy? I think everyone wants to try out an SRA approach. Lots of KLMs going inbound there. Yeah, busy on the ground there. Wow. Well, it's super busy. 9 ATC units. I see 76 arrivals. Yeah, Domino Mosina attempting to get out of Gdansk. Great. Hi Captain, have you ever flown with a glider? What's your opinion on gliding? Yes, Jonas, I first learnt to fly gliders. I was 15-16 years old. Flew solo on a glider on my 16th birthday. All I remember is you need a lot of rudder and you know, a string and you to stare at, but I've completely forgotten everything now. I'd love to jump back into one at some point though. Very rewarding way of flying, but when I started getting my PPL I kind of couldn't support both, so and I always wanted to go into commercial aviation, so I thought I need to give up the gliding. Beautiful. It's gone very quiet on ATC. Just checking if we're still online. Yeah, we're definitely online. They did say I'll be back in a minute. What is this guy doing? I saw that. Popping a wheelie in his low Rider 7.3. Dave, good thing I decided not to join flight as I've never done the SRA and I wanted to use this stream as an opportunity to learn about it. Well, it's going to be a learning experience for me. I've flown one once years ago, I think it was 7-8 years ago, and the skipper said, should we just try it? And we asked, and radar were like, okay. So we flew it, and then we got onto final, and they said, I'm really sorry, due to controller workload, I can't fly it anymore. I can't give it anymore, so it was okay, so we continued visually. It's just very rarely flown. Our 2K2 Schiphol also this busy in real life. Diversity flights to Rotterdam and Groningen for the holiday season. Didn't know that. Mark's got saw that plane just pulled off to your left. Does that happen a lot? Not in real life. Typically on VATSIM, yes. Oh, we should have been halfway there, guys, or 20 minutes into the flight.
Ryanair 31, Quebec Kilo, requesting taxi.
Oh! Behave yourself, you behave yourself.
Taxi via Mike.
Oh dear.
Holding point 11 for Ryanair 31, Quebec Kilo.
Sarah Spine always wanted to be a commercial pilot, but my eyesight was too bad. And I'm a bit thick. Well, I'm a bit thick as well, we'll worry about that. I'm lucky enough to now fly a Jet Promise out of East Midlands. Dream come true, never give up. Where's my invite to fly in a Jet Promise out of East Midlands, Cirrus Pilot? Amazing. That's awesome.
Was there 13 hotel ground?
Joseph Bird, what would happen if you take off or taxi without clearance? Well, this guy's getting too much screen time. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So obviously there's a safety issue associated with that, because if you end up taking off with takeoff clearance, it could be a vehicle on the runway, another aircraft on approach, landing. That's why there is. So if you were to do something like that, obviously ATC would advise you just taking off without your clearance. You know, you'd say, well, I wouldn't repeat what you'd actually say, but you'd say that, and then, you no doubt, you'd file a report yourself. That thing you'd definitely go for tea and biscuits for. So you go to HQ, see what happened, and that would be investigated as well, very likely by the authorities too. So yeah, you just take your time, don't rush. If you're unsure, ask ATC. It does occasionally happen. Most commonly when you get cleared to line up and wait. Some people mistake that as clear to take off. Damn you, VATSIM velocity, just smooth updating. Behave yourself. Don't go on the taxi, won't you?
Via Texir to Hotel, initially climb altitude 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
Roman, did you fly the RMP Alpha 04 left into LFMN? Is that Marseille? Nice? Not sure. Quite interesting. No, I've never flown into either of those airports. American Airlines here. Love the all-metal livery of the American Airlines.
Thank you for your service. Excellent service. Good night.
Goodbye. Break Alpaca 5 Go Kilo. Behind Ryanair 737, continue taxi Alpha
It's gonna be us soon.
2, contact tower 118.1, have a smooth flight.
There's a Wizz Air.
Aircraft, continue taxi via Alpha and Hotel, and contact tower 118.1, bye-bye.
Andrew, any longer waits and you'll have to request for more fuel. Well, we took quite a lot of extra fuel today, so it would be an issue, but if you take standard block fuel and you have a delay like this, if you've got the AP running for an hour and a half, it's usually over an hour, you probably have to think about extra fuel. Burns about 150, 200 kilos an hour with electrical load and bleed air. Joseph, what's the worst thing you had fail on you during final? I was once flying an approach in rain, went to turn the wiper on, the wiper didn't turn on. That was interesting. But thankfully, well, the first officer said, right, you might have to take control here. But we came out of the... Go ahead.
32 Golf Alpha, you are in the sequence behind the Wizard, which is on the right side on taxiway Mike. You can start up your engines, QNH1018.
QNH1018, start approved. Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Let's do it. Music off, start the engines then. So let's do the flow. We are on our way, guys. Thank you very much for your patience. That's exactly what I'd be saying on the PA as well.
Before start checklist below the line. Air conditioning packs.
Off.
Anti-collision lights.
On.
Parking brake.
Set.
Transponder.
Alt off.
Before start checklist complete.
Perfect. Starting engine number 2.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in.
Cheers, Jenny. Brilliant. Missed the mod. 25% oil pressure into an N1. Good to be back, guys. I have Coda 101. I have had to go back on stands for that reason. Perfect. Start. Cut out monitoring 22463 stable. Starting engine number 1. N2. Bjorn, did it start an hour and a half ago? About an hour ago. Big delays here. Oil pressure. N1. Look at the sunset as well. And Wizz Air and Easy. We're all here. Alpacas everywhere. Wonderful. So, starter canal, monitoring engine number 1. 1 is stable. And when we're on a remote stand, we don't need to see a pin or anything. We've not been pushed back. Just make sure, obviously, the chocks have been removed. You don't want to start taxiing with those in place. And no, I have not done that in real life. Nor do I want to. So, flaps to 5. Let's check the flight controls. Fall forward and fall back. Left and right. Check out my shorts, check out my legs. Rudders, full right and full left. I'm on a carpet now. I used to have hard floors, so my rudder pedals don't move so much. Recall, blank, lower DU. Let's read the before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Generators.
On.
APU.
Off.
Start switches.
Continuous.
Pro-peak.
On.
Anti-ice.
Check out
Off.
my legs.
Air conditioning.
Pex auto. Bleeds on.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Flaps.
Flips 5 required and selected. Green light.
Stab trim.
Set.
Starts levers.
Idle detent.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Recall.
Checked.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Perfect. So we can now request taxi. The horror. Alpaca 3-2 Golf Alpha request taxi in sequence.
Alpaca 3-2 Golf Alpha, taxi left. Mike November, Alpha Hotel, holding point 11.
Taxi left, Mike November, Alpha Hotel, hold short runway 11, Alpaca 3-2 Golf Alpha. Perfect. So, we clear taxi.
Alpine 1 Charlie Papa.
Lights are on. Try not to hit a fuel truck. Clear left, clear right. Behave Alaska. Config. No takeoff config warning. On our way. There we are, so we're going to go on to Mike, then November. You're not going to flash your lights? It's really cool that all that's modelled. On our way. Nice sunset though. Breakaway thrust about 30-35%. Someone was asking me about the PMDG breakaway thrust. I need to get back to them. Apparently someone said it's 40. 40 is a bit high. 40% you'll need if you're maximum really. But typically 30 to 35% is what you need to start moving. But the ground physics in Microsoft Flight Simulator is not as good as it is in X-Plane. It's far superior here. It's getting better though. Joseph Bird, finally. Patience. But yes, it did take some time.
Alpaca 3-2 Golf Alpha, thank you for visiting Poland. See you next time. And contact tower 118.1. Have a small flight. Bye.
Tower 118.1, and thank you very much for coming on for the ATC. It was great. We'll see you soon. Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Bye.
Trying the destination. Bye-bye.
Perfect. So over to Tower. I can't taxi. Let's do the before taxi, before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist to the line. Config.
Checked.
Flaps.
Flaps 5 set. Green light.
Stab trim.
Set.
Takeoff briefing.
So we've got Pax Auto, bleeds on, V speed set for departure, 40, 41, 49 set on the MCP. The departure is the Dixie 2 Bravo, straight ahead. Golf Delta 421, then right turn, stop altitude 5,000 feet, NATP 2. Any problems will climb straight ahead to 4,000 feet. That's it, that's all reviewed.
Reviewed.
Cabin.
Secured.
Before takeoff checklist completed to the line.
Excellent, so we've got approach online, 127 and 275, that's on standby because it is an automatic changeover frequency. And we'll contact Tower. Brent, welcome aboard as a member, buddy. Glad you enjoyed the content. You get invited to our members only Discord. I hope you enjoy using the custom emojis in chat as well. Thank you very much for your support. Let's check in with Tower. And Tower, hello. It's Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, holding point hotel for runway 11 ready for departure.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, hello. Gdansk Tower, line up 11 and wait.
Runway 11, line up and wait. Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Clear to line up and wait, guys. So lights coming on. Nice short taxi. Transponder TARA. Weather radar is on. Let's do the before takeoff checks below the line.
Before takeoff checklist below the line. MCP.
Set.
Transponder.
TARA.
Strobe lights.
On.
Landing lights.
On.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Excellent. Look at this. Perfect. Must not forget to turn on leg cam. I mean yoke cam. Banter, banter, banter. Right, not bad lineup. There we go. Just waiting for our takeoff clearance.
Cat32 Golf Alpha, wind 0 degrees, 7 knots, runway 11, here for takeoff. After departure approach 127.275.
Runway 11 clear takeoff. After departure 127.275. Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Thanks for the ATC. Bye. Perfect. Let's go. Toga's in chat. Yoke cam is on. Let's go to Schiphol. There we are. 40%. The small up time's definitely improved in the mod here. Much, much better. Set takeoff thrust. The 94.8. Takeoff thrust sets. Indications normal. Check, release forward pressure. Hand off thrust lever, up we go. 2 to 2.5 degrees per second. Yes. A little bit more back pressure there, and we're airborne.
Positive rate.
Gears up. Remembered where it was. Onto the flight directors and trim.
400.
Now nav. Ah, can't remember how to. There we go. Look at that! Yes! 1,000. Let's bug up. So, oh, I forgot. It's very slow here in moving the MCP. It's just quicker to do it by hand like this. So I'm just pitching down. That flight director command bar will come back towards me. There we are, flap 1. And flaps up. Contact departures. Gdansk departures. Hello, it's Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, Dexia 2 Bravo, passing 2,900 for altitude 5,000 feet.
32 goes on Gdansk Approach, good evening, identified, continue climb at level 360, proceed right, direct Echo, Echo Lima.
Flight level 360, direct to Echo, Echo Lima, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Well, that's a shortcut and a half, right? Let me just get this in trim and on the automation. There's a lot here to do. So command A, climb flight level 360. The aircraft's sort of turning for me already because it's inbound to the next waypoint. So that's set. Now that's a bug. It shouldn't go to vertical speed like that. That should not have gone to vertical speed. Let me just go back to VNAV. Why? I did that last time, I think. Right, and then direct to Echo Echo Lima. Wow, what a shortcut! It's all the way on the arrival. 430 miles. Now, that doesn't... Honestly, guys, that's not that unusual. Insufficient fuel, that's a bug. It should definitely not be saying that. Shortcuts like that are not uncommon when it's quiet in particular areas of aerospace, so that's great. So turn that off. Alerts on, and flaps up. No lines have to take off checklist. Don't forget to set standards. There we are, so air conditioning and pressurisation. Diff pressures 2.2, auto. Temperature's looking good, set. Release the crew. Altimeter standard set, passing 70, flight level 360, have to take off checklist. Remember, we've got a cost index of 100 today, so we should have a very quick speed. Yeah, that was a bug by the mod there, that not enough fuel thing. That lovely ortho I downloaded. Only took me all of this morning and fixing bugs with it. Anyway, we're on our way. Queen Penelope, what's the ETA for Schiphol? And when will you be turning off the seatbelt sign? I need a lav. Well, typically a bar operator, once we're above 10,000 feet, will do it, so you can use the toilet there. But if you really do need to use it, the seatbelt sign is on. As long as it's not associated with the final approach, you can go, but you've got to be sort of really desperate. I'm never going to deny that. But once we've sacked the crew for landing, that's it. Can't use it. There we are. Look at that, 309 knots. Cost is 100, should be 320. It usually fixes at 320. Passing 104,360, pre-cruise check, so fuel 6 pumps. We've still got 410 in the centre, we're burning. Wings are nice and level, lights coming off. APU is off, pressurisation 3.5. Sets, nice and smooth. There you go, Penelope. You can use the toilet. Very cool. Pre-cruise checks complete. Davion 0.17 had an issue in that version. It didn't descend by itself at top of descent. Yeah, ZIBO mentioned it, so I've updated to 0.18. Omri, 3 months as a member, thanks buddy. Cost index 100 for Alpaca. I guess you were away for too long. Happy to see you again and hoping you like your new home. Thank you very much, Omri. Great to be back. Great to be streaming again. Thank you very much indeed for popping in and for your continued support. Excellent. Look at the weather as well. Absolutely glorious. Well, we should have been airborne ideally 30 minutes ago, but we are well on our way now. Excellent. Joseph Burb, do you have any advice for me getting my PPL? It has been 15, 16 years since I got mine. Go to some local flight training schools, listen to them, they'll give you some advice, they'll give you all the guidance you need, tell you what to study. That's the best way of doing it. Really, it's as simple as that. Kevin, you're very good at flying the plane. You should be a 737 pilot. I'll consider it, Kevin. I'll consider it. Oh, you retracted your message. Jonathan, what does your cost index actually do? So it's sort of a balance between cost of fuel and cost of maintaining parts and engine parts. So it's typically at my operator we fly quite a low cost index, which fuel's very expensive, and a high cost index you get there quicker, you burn more fuel, but it's higher wear and tear for the engine parts. It's sort of a formula used by airlines. We have no input apart from just simply inputting it into the FMC. Lower cost index is slower, as far as looks at a high cost index is faster. Is that for me? Might be for me.
say again, frequency for Alpha 5 Golf Kilo.
Alpha 5 Charlie Kilo, contact Warszawa, radio frequency 124.925.
124.95, Alpha 5 Golf Kilo, thanks a lot, bye-bye.
You're a better A320 pilot, unbelievable. Bubblegum, I have seen the race, but no spoilers for people that haven't seen the race yet. Great race though, that's all I'll say. Doc is exactly, it's essentially what we see cost index as, 1 to 100. But you can select ones even higher than 100, but it doesn't make any difference. I think there's a number that's around 80 or 90, anything higher it's always the same speeds. Superb. And a wing flex. But yeah, a lot of people ask me about the PNDG wing flex. This is how it is. When it's calm, smooth conditions, your wing is rock solid. It's as simple as that. In light turbulence, you get larger movements. The PMDGs is a little bit too rapid, sort of like oscillates very quickly. Like there's a washing machine on the wingtip or something. Aviation 16 Heavy, you're going to fly to Keflavik, or you're going to fly to Keflavik later. Excellent, have a safe flight to Iceland. Dean Thomas must say, I loved your Airbus video you made me laugh. I can't take any credit for that. It was one of my members, Ian Perez. Yes, I was never going to upload it, but I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to do anything in the next few weeks. I thought it'd be quite good fun to upload separately. It's had nearly 22,000 views, that video now. It's done very well. Excellent. Ditch the Gdansk charts. There we are. About to fly just south of Słupsk in Poland. This is our routing, so right over Poland. We'll be with Warszawa radars shortly. Then we'll be with the Germans flying right across the Baltic Sea coastline, north coast of Germany. And there is Amsterdam here. Lovely. ETA. 1953, so a little over an hour. Ice by Szczecin. Mouse to caution, fuel. Sent thumbs off. Where is it? There it is, Szczecin. A flight data sim favourite. Tazzy Dumb, is your score going to be 1000 until landing like everyone else just now? So yes, this is a voice crack. This is a thing being used in Europe. A lot of ATC areas are using Squawk 1000. Everyone's using the same Squawk. We need an ATC controller. Someone did explain it to me, and I was like, went sort of right over my head as to what they're doing and why they're doing it. But it's quite common now. I've been Squawking 1000 in several places in Europe in the last few months. Not everywhere does it, but certainly Eastern Europe and Southeast Europe. Will Henwood, here's a 10-point GCSE question for you all. Cadbury's chocolate is no longer what it used to be. Discuss. I haven't had a Cadbury's chocolate in ages. I've got some Hershey's downstairs. Oh, don't tempt me. It is a real world thing, this is what it is. Matish, how long is a shift on standby? And if you're called towards the end of your shift, how many hours are you able to fly? So yeah, your standby window, you can get called at any time, and your duty starts when you arrive at the report time of the aircraft. So you could have an 8-hour standby. If they call you on the 7th hour, you still have a 12-hour duty to do. So it's your job at home to ensure you're rested for that. You know, make sure you know it's a long standby. But if I'm on early standby, I'll get up late enough to ensure, especially if I'm on late standby, I'll get up late as well.
811, Gdansk Approach, hello, identified, consumer 7380, proceed right, direct, echo.
Will has been a recent victim of shrinkflation. Oh, you're getting less chocolate, are you? Less bang for your buck.
811 for confirmation, echo.
Favourite pastime on standby, Ignore, is this. I try to stream on standbys. I tried to stream because I've got to be around home. So yeah, that's what I've been doing in the last few years. But I have you know, when you move house, you have so much to do. I've got a very long list of things. Tomorrow I'm going out with Jack for the day, which I'm really looking forward to. The weather forecast is good. So we're going to go, well, I'm not going to say where, to some hills nearby. And I've got a lot of stuff still need to do with the house, a lot of stuff putting away. I've updated my address for most people. Well, thank you very much, and 124925 Chico Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, bye. Perfect. That was very nice of him. What's good evening in Polish? I always forget this one. I haven't flown to Poland for a while. Dobre something. Got to check in right, guys. Can't do this whilst it's at work. I can look it online right now. Dobre wiecie. Yes. Warszawa Dobre wiecie, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Climbing flight level 3602 Elder.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, Dobre wieczór, Warszawa, radar contact.
Perfect. I did it. Thanks, guys. Cat knock. I knew Dobre. I knew all of them. But sometimes, you know, when I generally, I'd say 75% of the places I fly to is Spain. 75% of the time I'm going to Spain, Canaries. 10% Italy. Well, 60% Spain, 10% Italy, 10% France. 10% East Europe, Poland. Oh no, I actually don't know its percentage, but most of the time it's Spain. Well, we go all over the place. And I try sometimes. I'll look up the respective agency's language. We always generally speak or welcome in the host country's language. He Polished. Jacob Sausage. How long is this flight? Well, hour 30. We've been airborne now for 14 minutes, so hour 15 to go. We arrive right at the end of this event. I really would like to try an SRA approach for you guys. Fingers crossed someone stays on, and that's obviously with no delays expected. I should have done. I started the stream at 6:30. I was going to do 6, but I wanted to watch the F1, and obviously that was. The start was delayed. Was it? I don't know. No spoilers here. So I didn't have much time prior to the stream to start it any earlier. Sam, it's actually a good question. When I fly VFR from Liverpool, I always ask score 50-50, as is every other VFR aircraft. Is that specific to the airfield in question found in the AIP, maybe? I really don't know, Sam. I know certain airports have those listening squawks where you can set a squawk and it tells them that you're listening to the frequency.
We're direct Echo Lima, 51 Charlie Papa.
There's 30,000 feet, bank angle 10 degrees. Yeah, when you're going to fly the PMDG again, a couple of streams time, I reckon. I haven't flown any builds in a long time. I've heard, obviously, their aircraft is coming for free in Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's an excellent gesture. So I'll look forward to flying that in that sim, but I do still like the X-11. There's so many amazing aircraft. I love flying the Felis 747 charity stream we did last month. That was so much fun. Love that aircraft. So many great aircraft now. There's some great GA aircraft I want to try in Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's a Chipmunk. I've always wanted to fly. I always liked the Chipmunk, the tail dragger. Sort of replaced the Tiger Moth in the RAF. Oh, JM, did you end up having tonsillitis? It was tonsillitis, JM. It was. So yeah, my last public stream was 4 weeks ago, and I was rough as hell, wasn't I? I had to cut off one of the sectors. I really didn't feel too good after that, and it was tonsillitis, confirmed by the. Well, I won't explain what I was on my tonsils, but pretty gross. And yeah, I had a few days off work actually that week. It was the first time I called in sick in 5 years. It takes a lot for me to be sick. I'm very rarely sick. I don't put that down to anything. I think it's more luck than anything. But I do try and eat very healthily. I have a good diet, and you know, well, I'm not as fit as I could be, but I try and do a lot of exercise and walk the dog and whatnot. But yeah, it's I was felt a bit rough for a few days. BBC breaking news: flight deck to sim streaming on YouTube again. Actually, no, that's awful. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, well, I'm sure for those of you who got BBC News, you've just read that awful news. Ingor 2D2, bank angle limits at a high altitude, safety concern or just passenger comfort? It is safety related. The 737-800 is pretty basic when it comes to automation. And heading select, if we ever use that, whatever heading you set, it'll bank to whatever you have the bank angle selected to. Now, high altitudes, approaching what is well known as Coffin Corner, the speed at which high speed buffet and low speed buffet associated with stall happens is quite narrow. It's quite a narrow speed band, and as you increase your bank angle, you have to increase to maintain level flight your back pressure or your G loading, and you can exceed. You can have something called Mach buffet occur. So basically, the speed over the airflow over the top of the wing could exceed Mach 1, which causes a loss of lift. It causes this high speed buffet.
Just a quick reminder: CPDLC is online log on Echo Papa with kickoff.
Oh, that would be so cool. I just don't have CPDLC in the mod. We use CPDLC everywhere, but not in the mod yet. It's got to get modelled ZIBO. We need to be in the A300, the Innie builds aircraft for CPDLC. Yeah, so the bank angle we limit to 10 degrees, so if we use heading select, it doesn't bank out over 10 degrees. Now, LNAV has inbuilt protection, so it will bank in excess of 10 degrees, but ensure that it'll never bank over a maximum limit. That's very generous of you to offer, Brandon Hill, but you know, just enjoy the stream. Hello, Icarus above. Greetings from a CRJ 200 captain, or 900 as well. Got to do a short haul flight to an uncontrolled airport today. Cleared visual and set myself up to a 3-mile final. Felt like being back in a King Air. That's very adventurous. On my operator, we can't actually fly visual approaches with 4 nautical miles, so that's the closest we can fly a final 2. Very exciting, but we don't fly to any uncontrolled fields either. We always fly to manned airports, so yeah, very exciting. Hello, Rotterdam. Hello, Rotterdam. Hello, Danny from Rotterdam. Little question: I've got the oil filter bypass light illuminated. I never had that one light up. I think. Yeah, you don't want that turning on. QRH oil filter bypass on normal checklist. We have oil filter, fuel filter. All of them are pretty serious. So fuel filter, if you have on 1, I think you have to monitor, and if you have 2, it's an immediate landing. And oil filter, off the top of my head, I don't know about looking at the QRH. But there you go. Brandon Hill, are you a real 737 pilot? I am, sir. But before you ask what operator, it is something I wish to withhold and don't disclose. Very obvious, perhaps, with some people who it is, but thank you very much for understanding. But yes, I've been flying the 737 now for 11 years. There we are, 360, and that is definitely Costa X100. Right at MMO look. Oh, no problem, Danny. I think I must have missed your first question. I do sometimes miss some of them. NJ Sully Alex ran a question, but what are the differences between the different autopilot panels in the 737NG? Just really design. From functionality, there's no change whatsoever. So we have the Honeywell MCP, the Collins, which is the most common one. There's no functionality change, just the design. Listen, Barbara is happy you're visiting his pole. I beg your pardon. Thanks, Brandon. Thank you. Matthews, have you ever done any delivery flights from Seattle? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. It'd be quite cool to do one. We have crew specifically, you know, assigned to that role. Excellent. Well, here we are. enjoying the Ortho 4XP? Well, actually, that's the Baltic Sea probably there. There we are. There's that lovely Ortho I downloaded. Looking good, guys. I should think in Microsoft Flight Simulator this is looking spectacular, this sunset. It's not too bad, didn't I explain? Listen, I beg your pardon, the audio equivalent of the bird. I don't have anything like that, though. On my soundboard. I've got Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hello there.
Radar, Ryanair 55 Whiskey, inbound, sorry.
Can you just turn it up? I just played it. I can't hear it. Hello there. There we go. This soundboard's great. I've got squeak fart with reverb. Unbelievable. With sausage, can we see your legs now? No. Oh dear. Danny, which autopilot style is your favourite? Questions incoming. Really no preference. We actually have quite a lot of the Honeywell MCP, even on the newer NGs. I think that's why I just retrofit them. Especially if they fail or they have a problem with one, they'll just fit one in the spare parts bin. Excellent. A little misty looks like, yeah, a little bit of haze around. Gorgeous though. Dave, Mental Pilot does delivery flights. He's the only pilot YouTube that does that as far as I know. That's pretty cool. Maybe he's done a video on one. That would be one to watch if you'd like some information about it. Blame Jack. Oh, he's fast asleep there. I saw that. Looks like I joined at the most professional time to stream. I didn't just play the fart with reverb, did I? Unbelievable. Thanks, Jacob Sausage. Unbelievable.
Requesting Mach 8 rod for cruise. No problem, approved.
Yeah, Jack's fast asleep. Do you want me to send a picture on Instagram, guys, of Jack? Without catching my legs in there.
32 Golf Alpha, contact Bremen 123.225. Enjoy rest of the flight, bye bye.
123.225, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, bye. Well, I did. Hold on. Bremen Gdansk, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, flight level 3602 Elder.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, Bremen Radar, hello, identified.
Typical German. Hello.
Alpaca 3 Golf Kilo is back with you.
Perfect. Hold on, let me take a little video, Jack. Yeah, fast asleep. I'll take one of my yoke. Jack! Jack! I'll put that on my Instagram story, I just woke him up.
Check 935, thank you very much right now.
I got a bit of my leg in there as well for those of you who are more inclined to that sort of thing than my streams.
Der 15 Romeo Tango descends 3000 feet.
I'll put that on my story now.
3000 feet, sound 57 Romeo Tango.
Perfect. So, question for you guys. If you get a direct like this and you put it in the FMC, how do we do fuel checks? You know, we still need to make sure that we're on time, checking our fuel. What could I utilise in the FMS? I could have used the beam points in the FMC, so we could try and avoid two because we want to route to our current waypoint. So we've been airborne for 26 minutes. Let's have a look at the operational flight plan. Let's see what waypoint would be roughly in 26 minutes into the flight. There we are, we've got Binker. Fix rings, yes, Domino Mosina, absolutely. So let's type in Binker. And there you go, look at that for placement. Just coming a beam it now, and you can select a beam, and what that will do, it'll generate a green dashed line. And what you have here, look at that, 0.2, 0.1, boof, we've just passed our beam point, that's actually too close. Let's do Torlo ahead. So let's select Torlo. There it is. Select a beam. So draw a green dashed line. Bit of tidy up required by ZIBO there. Should be on the magenta line. So you have information here associated with the waypoint. So you'll see, look, should be a beam at 1906 Zulu. It's on the 351, 17 miles a beam. That's how many miles until we're at beam it, and your present altitude as well, so look at that, 13 miles to go. Thank you very much, Tom Haynes, cancel the £1.2. Says, any plans on flying in Thailand? Enjoy the 44 baht. Thank you very much, Tom Hates Cats. That makes me think of the Indiana Jones film with the little Thai boy. He goes, 22 baht, 44 baht. Unbelievable. Thank you very much for your donation. We've never flown into Thailand, and I know you are from Thailand. You've watched my streams from there several times before, so thank you very much for your generosity there. We could perhaps visit Bangkok or something like that at some point. Thank you very much for your donation. I'll have a think about that, so thank you. There we are, so what we'll do, I'll wait until we complete your beam, and then we'll do a fuel check at Torlo. Now, will it work in the mod? You can select this, go to the legs page, bring that to the top. Ooh, that's a bit dodgy. So it should be on the magenta line. It should create a waypoint exactly at the beam point. That looks like it's a little bit offset. I don't really fancy executing that, especially as the track says 261 as well. So it's a little bug there. It should be exactly on the magenta line, but you can generate waypoints by creating a beam point, sort of where that end of that green dash line is there. So yes, we'll do a fuel check anyway. Sort of half working. A little bit of weather ahead on the weather radar. Was it okay too? Okay. Okay. I thought it was Indiana Jones film. Perfect. There we are. So 0.8 miles. Let's do our fuel check at Torlo. So we should be airborne for 31 minutes. We've been airborne for 29. Anyone like to hazard a guess why? Well, I'll let you know in chat. Or guess in chat. 2 minutes ahead. 4256 on board. We've got 6680. And we should have burnt 2.3 tons. We burnt 2.2. So we saved a little bit of fuel. About 100 kilos. But that's going to start going down because we are shifting. Shortcut saves time, absolutely. So shortcut saves time. Secondly, you've got it. This is meant to cost an X100 as well. No wonder you win these quizzes. You're my name, I swear. So yeah, we should be doing on our flight plan decimal 79. We're doing 8.1. So we're burning up a little bit of extra fuel doing that. So that will get worse. Barry is pushing the tail. Brilliant, Snaz MC. Excellent. 170 miles from Gdansk now. Still using that VOR. I can get rid of a Torlo fixed page. 200 miles to run. Yaroslav, I was flying into a small airport once. The visibility was pretty bad. It's not mentioned in ATIS. I flew it down to barrier minimums. Didn't see anything. Went around. Approaches Cat 1. What is the next step? So, check the weather. Has it improved? Has it got worse? If it's not on the ATIS there's obviously an outdated ATIS. That's a bit of a serious issue. Yeah, you know, when we go around, if we have to go around at minimums due to visibility, we'd only make a second approach if there's an improvement, okay? Or we could perhaps hold and wait for the weather to improve. Now, my operator, after you've made your second attempt at the approach, you have to go around again. Any subsequent approach, third approach, you have to wait for the weather to improve by a factor of 2. So if we had to go around, the visibility was, say, 600 metres, on a Cat 1 ILS, which is typically 550, we'd have to wait until 1200 metres visibility. If we had to go around due to wind shear or crosswind, we have to wait for the wind to speed to half to make the third approach. There's no limit. We can make 2 approaches, no limitation. You'd only make that second approach if you'd be confident in making it. If you went around and there was no chance of getting in, you either wait or divert. So that's what advice I'd give you. Matthias, do you rather the long canary flights or short arms? Do I prefer, I guess. So I've changed my sort of attitude now. I'm a sort of skipper. I don't mind the longer canary flights as much. I used to not enjoy them so much at all. But I like a bit of a mix, really, and I do earlies and lates by operator. I like the mix as well. I did 3 canaries on my last block of lates, and that was, you know, that was a bit too much. I did 3 Tenerifes in the space of 5 days, but that was because I had some annual leave, and I'm playing catch up my hours. But yeah, I really don't mind. So, looking here, look at that. If I was flying at 36,000 feet and I had weather radar returns like this, I'd be very concerned I'd be going this way, off here to the northwest, but I have no idea why that's painting weather, because looking out the window here, I can't see a single cloud. Now, I don't know if that is enhanced skyscapes doing a little bit of a whoopsie, but I can't see anything out the window. Ooh, I saw lightning come out of a non-existent cloud. I mean, how can I... Oh! There we go. Enhanced skyscapes, they didn't update, and ever since then it's been a bit wonky. Severe camo K, yeah, exactly, that's fine. But still here, looking out the window, there's nothing here that's an issue. So, do you think the US should get rid of 1,500 flying hours? Yeah, so in Europe we've been operating aircraft commercially with cadets, may included 11 years ago. I came out of flight training and was flying a 737 for 300 hours.
40, 30, 20.
I don't think it's a safety issue. Northern Lights, thank you very much for the 50 Swedish krona, very appreciate it.
Hi Captain.
Hello.
Does it happen that pilots bump into the yoke and disengage the autopilot by mistake? Or does that require much force?
What a fantastic question. So, I have accidentally knocked the yoke and made the autopilot disconnect, standby, by hitting it with my belly. Hello, evening captain, good to hear. Oh! That should be made me jump. I don't know if anyone wants you to make that jump as well. My headphones turned up. I'm turning my headphones down slightly. Yeah, that's concerning. If you're flying and hear that, that's a problem. Evening captain, good to hear you're in the airways again. Start a new job at Lama International. See you on your next flight to steal your passengers. Unbelievable. Thank you very much for your message there. Thanks, Active Sky, for your hyper-realistic weather engine. Oh dear. Yeah, I have actually knocked the control column once. I was getting in the seat and then I moved it forward, and I was leaning forward and I did knock it, and it just disconnected. All it requires is, let me just turn the yoke cam on here. So it's the same as the real aircraft. Look, watch this. So look, I mean, it requires a little less input, but if you knock it like that, even roll. Well, that's, yeah, it wouldn't work like that, but yeah, it wouldn't. It barely moves. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. It barely moves. So yeah, you just simply re-engage the autopilot there. Feels like a horror movie. It does. It looks like we're on a haunted house on top of a hill. Great question, Northern Lights, but yeah, it doesn't require much force in real life to disconnect at all. But great question. Thank you very much for your donation. Yeah, it does feel like a 70s horror movie. So funny. Waiting for lightning again, so I've got this great new soundboard, and then we talk SRA Approaches. Okay, I think the fun might have gone. That first one made me jump so much. I should have become a comedian. Yeah, so if you're in the cruise and you were doing this, you're an idiot. Yeah, you're really endangering yourself. Severe turbulence, severe icing. You know, there is guidance in the FCTM to escape a thunderstorm. Key thing is avoidance is better than inertia and getting into that situation. But it looks okay in Active Sky. So yeah, we all want realistic weather radar and Microsoft Flight Simulator in the aircraft, but the thing is, in X-Plane, it is very limiting, and that's because there's limitations with how storms can be generated. and how aircraft react to that. But yeah, we stay well clear, 20 miles away minimum, and ideally upwind of storms. Total immersion. Right, anyway, let's talk a little bit about SRA approaches. We have 177 miles to run as we escape from the Thunder. Ed2, don't quit your day job. Unbelievable. Let me grab these charts from the VATSIM Schiphol website. So you should be able to see here some SRA approach charts. So there we go. I'll bring that up here. There we are. So we'll scroll through these. This is just a general overview of Schiphol with all the runways with the SRA approaches. So you can see how they all are here. But what is an SRA approach? It stands for Surveillance Radar Approach. And basically, it's a way of ATC providing you with vectors to get you onto a final approach and basically talk you down to the runway. Now they won't give you guidance on what vertical rate of descent is required. They'll give you lateral guidance, but it's your job to ensure that you have the right height. And ATC will advise you. They'll say you're high or low. You have to adjust it. So the modes we... Oh, that might have been me. Sorry, can you say the frequency again for the Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha?
123.925. Good day.
123.925, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Choose.
Yankee descent level 110, level Brandenburg. Descent to reach flight level 110 Brandenburg, NX 37
Brayman, hello, it's Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, maintaining flight level 3602 Echo Echo Lima.
Brandenburg Golf Alpha, Bremen Radar, good evening, identified.
Perfect. So
006 contact, Langenräder 135.
yeah, SRA approaches. I've lost the chart down. Let me just bring that one PDF. There we go. So yeah, an SRA approach is a way of ATC talking you down. It's sort of like a bit like an ILS or a precision approach, but ATC will give you headings to fly on the centre line, taking wind into account as well. They have the radar there, and they'll say right as you descend, you're high, you're low, and on the chart, if we have an example here, let's have a look at 27, which I think that's the one we might be flying today. There we are. You have some height guidance here, so you can sort of see, look, what required vertical speed you need, based on your ground speed. You can also see, just move this up here, scroll. You can see descent gradient is 2.83 degrees. You need to be level. The operator, we level off at 2,000 feet. We configure gear down flap 15 at 1 mile, select the flap landing flap at about 0.5 mile, then we just use vertical speed and heading to fly down to a minimum. So an ATC will say, turn this heading, turn that heading, you're a bit high, you're a bit low, and you just adjust it vertical speed. Oh, it's runway 2418 right currently, okay. Hopefully then for us, runway 24 then. That'll be straight in. 18 right's all the way out here, isn't it? Yeah, hopefully not 18 right in the mega taxi. 18 centre. Runway 24, where is runway 24? 27, 22. Another one. Is there not one for 24? I swear there is 36 right. 27. 22, 18 right, 18 centre. I can't find it.
Contact Amsterdam 124.875. Bye bye.
There we are. There's the SRA approach for runway 2. Oh no, I don't think there's a specific one for 24. I think we could just use this one though. This is for all runways, the SRE. I'm not sure what the SRE means. So we can use all of this, and there's 24, and all of it's the same. All of us 6.7 2,000 feet. So we can just use this. Minimums for this then. I only see circling minimum, so I guess we set 880. We'll have a look at that there. But they seem to have on here we have specific charts for each runway, but not for 24 unfortunately. I think that we could just use this generic one. Let's just go for this generic one here. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to get instructions from the controller, and you have to listen carefully to the RT. They'll tell you what to do. They'll give you headings and then you read them back. He's going to essentially get us to 2,000 feet, 6.7 DME, and then we're going to head all the way down. And you only need to read back the heading changes if I remember rightly. And also they'll give you the height checks. And then they ask you to check the gear down and locked. You just say, yep, confirm, gear down, and that happens around, I don't know, 1,500 feet, but it's part of an SRA approach. Right, Mr. Chassis. You just have to confirm the gear's down and locked as well. But remember, I've not flown this. They'll advise the minimum. Okay, Bounce, thank you. So yeah, that's it. We're just going to be talked down, just fly headings. But how do we set this up in the 737? I'll show you. So, let's have a look at the star first. The arrival is going to be...
Ja, ich könnte jetzt wieder ein bisschen scheiße sein und sage, ja gut, wenn du es natürlich physisch hier hast und du siehst die Lämpchen direkt neben dir, dann ist das schon, du brauchst ja nur mit dem Finger drücken. Das ist anders, als wenn du mit der Maus.
Yeah, I'll take 2, please.
Ja, super, aber nicht rückwärts, bitte.
No idea what he said. Elder 1 Alpha.
Sorry, ja. Yankee, contact Bremen, radar 124, das war der Stütz.
Oh, thanks Daniel B, it's around 570. So arrival. So approach. No, what stars? Elder 1 Alpha. Hardly any stars here. Sounds like Wolfenstein NPC. Right, Elder 1 Alpha is going to take us all the way towards R-tip. And what we've got here is Elder 1 Alpha to R-tip. Now, there'll probably be transitions from R-tip onto the approach. So what I'm going to do here, watch this. We're going to just select, we reckon runway 24, do we? What I'm going to do is select a 24 approach. And there isn't actually any approaches onto 24, I wonder why, that's why they're using it as a SRA approach. Very interesting. So what I'm going to do is select, if you scroll down all the way to the bottom, you'll find just runway. So what I'm going to do is select runway 24, and when you do that you get the option to select runway extension and flight path angle. This is how we build visual approaches at my operator. I expect vectors after RTIP, thank you. So what we're going to do is check the chart here, and have a look here, and remember that final approach fix for the approach there is at 6.7 miles, so 6.7, and the descent gradient is 2.83 degrees, so we can actually use that and put it in the FMS. So you could use that on have a VNAV if you wanted. The only thing is it won't match with the PAPIs, so we're going to use vertical speed instead. So you can see there 2.83 degrees at 6.7 DME. So let me move this out of the way. 6.7 nautical miles. Hope this works, ZIBO. And the descent path is 2.83. And what this will do, it will generate something called an RX point. There you go. So this RX24 point is at 2.83 degrees from the runway point at a distance of 6.7 miles. Now what you need to do in the FMS is join it all up. So what we're going to do is RTIP, RX24, runway 24, execute. And we're going to make this 2,000, it already has a hard altitude, so there you go. So that should look good. So what we're going to do is leave Elder Novin R-tip, and then there's that RX point we created. So we're going to be vectored towards this point here, and then we're going to fly headings at vertical speed all the way to the runway. And VNAV should get us to the right position as well. The only thing is though, prior to the RX24 point, I want to be level at 2,000 feet. So what I'm going to do is put RX24, I don't know if it works off RX points, sometimes you can create a waypoint before. No, off RX points you can't make waypoints. So what I'm going to do here, RTIP to RX24 is 25 miles, so what I'm going to do is put RTIP /23. So what I've done, I've made a waypoint Here you see that Art 01, that waypoint is 2 miles prior to the RX point. And what I'm going to do is tell VNAV 2 miles before this waypoint, or 1.9, that's fine. I want to be at 2,000 feet. So what I'm doing, I've generated a waypoint. Now, this is an operator SOP for vertical speed approaches. And SRA approaches. We need to be level 2,000 feet prior to the generated waypoint, and we can use VNAV, level off at 2,000, and then we'll be level, and then from the 6.7 DME, we'll use heading vertical speed to get to the runway. Now, obviously today we're going to be VMC, so we'll try not to look outside. We'll just try and go off ATC's guidance and see how it works, but that's essentially what we're going to do.
You requested I will join your frequency of a message, but I will go back to Bremen. Right, everyone, Quebec Kilo. You're still with me. You should be with Bremen, but you changed your frequency. I couldn't reach you. You contact now Langen 135650. 135650 for Ryan 31 Quebec Kilo.
Oh dear. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the routing. Elder direct to Noven, direct to RTIP, and then RTIP vectors towards runway 24. And sometimes you get SRA approach charts, but in this case we don't. We're just going to have to make reference to the one on the PDF, which, lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, I have here. So probably all we'll need is this. So look, we'll go for the chart in a little bit more detail. I'll bring the PDF one up because it's a little bit clearer and easier to read. So we'll sort of brief this chart as best as we can. So we've got all the information. Just moving this here for me so it's a little clearer. So you've got holding here. We're going to fly towards this final approach fix here at 20 for runway 24. We'll put 238 for the courses, so I'll keep the chart up here. 238 here. And 238 here. Just as a sort of reminder of the runway QDM. Talks about the winds in Schiphol. Missed approach, tell ATC immediately. Essentially, we're going to get towards that 6.7 DME point. Go here. We'll use vertical speed and heading select for this approach. We'll go down to the missed approach point. Now, someone mentioned it's about 600 feet for the minimums. Here, where I've only got circling minimum. We've got obstacle. Maybe we can set the obstacle clearance altitude, and they're using that as the minimum. So let's set 570. So we'd have to be visual at that point. There we go. Sorry about it, I'll catch up with chat shortly. So we'll go down. If we get to 1.5 miles on the minimums, we'll fly the missed approach, which is inform ATC and climb on runway heading to 2,000 feet at very low stop altitudes in Amsterdam. So we'll set 2,000 feet at the top of the white bar on the approach. MSA's no issue. It's Holland, remember. That's it. It really isn't. It's not much to it. It's just essentially ATC are talking you down to a very short final. You know, they're going to get you down to about 0.5 miles away from the runway, and they'll talk you through it. You read back the headings. They'll confirm the minima, so they'll check in, tell you what SRA approach is in. They'll tell you where it terminates. Check your minima. Confirm you've got the minima checked, and then you read back all the headings, and then when they tell you how many miles on centre line and where you're approaching, you don't need to read it back. The only thing you need to read back is the headings. They'll tell you when to commence your descent as well, which will be at around 6.7 DME. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it. But remember, I'm no expert. I did this once 8 years ago. We had to scrap it even prior to the point there because the ATC was busy. We just did it for fun. That's it. We better do the rest of the performance and descent briefing here. So, I've already briefed the chart really, and we are 80 miles from top of descent. So descent winds, we'll punch in. .215 below 100. That event ends at 30 minutes. I really hope we have a controller stay on because it ends at 2000 Zulu. G41 at 45. 200, 262 at 32. It's my fault really because I started the stream late, but unfortunately it did get massively delayed. There we are, QNH we're expecting.
Elder 260, QNH down 25.
QNH is 1019, 270 at 11, 17 degrees, a nice day in Amsterdam. 019 is set. So fixed rings we're going to put in just to increase situational awareness. So runway 24 we're expecting. 10-mile ring, and then we're going to put a 6.7 mile ring, which should be the same as the RX point.
7184, wind 350 degrees, 7 knots, complete clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, runway 33, ring 7184.
There you go, so you can see there's the rings. I put 10 miles for flap 1 latest, and then that 6.7 ring is exactly on the RX point there for the approach. So, descent, approach, we've already briefed the approach, just the arrival really, based on what we're expecting. These enhanced skyscape clouds are eating at my FPS here. So we're going to route direct to Elder, 260 below, it's in the FMC, no VN, RTIP holding, 100 to 70, max 250, and then we're going to get vectors to the RX point hopefully. So landing performance, someone's got a stuck mic.
50, 40.
I'll mute that guys, it's just a stuck mic so you can't hear it. I
10.
can. Thank you very much Sem Tech Cookie for the €5 sir, very kind of you.
Once again, a Class A service. How about a simulated flap failure?
Ooh.
Greetings from Germany.
Well, thank you very much for your donation, Sammy Tech Cookie. Really appreciate that. Yeah, so I've done the loss of System A failure, and what that did, we did the manual gear extension. I need to do a loss of B system failure, so we can have a look at having to extend the flaps manually using trailing edge flaps, or the alternate flap system. So I'll look at that as an option, because I want to get back to some failure streams. So thank you very much for your donation. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Thank you very much for your donation there. Oh, some idiot blocking the mic here. I don't know if you hear that. It's like a stuck mic. So yeah, let's have a look at the landing performance. So many approach briefings here. So runway 24. I'm so going to get lost. And I've got this very outdated Aerosoft scenery as well. So runway 24 will vacate to the right. Hopefully we'll park on this terminal here. Very long runway, 3,500 meters. Sierra 2 works. There we are. We'll hopefully park somewhere here on C pier or B pier. Watch me get lost anyway. Performance and fuel 4.6 for Eindhoven, we need 2.2, so we've got at least an hour's worth of fuel, burning a ton. Landing weight's going to be 63.6, pretty heavy. Flat 30, order brake to 2, I reckon. Yeah, we'll go order brake 2, vacate Sierra 2. And we'll go second E10, there we are. Check's complete. Any questions about the SRA approach? Pop it in chat, I'll do my best to answer them. Again, I've not practiced this, I've not done one. I've done one in real life 7-8 years ago, didn't even finish it to completion. And this is my next time practicing. I just read my SOP's guidance. See how it goes. Joe Drake, whoa, not finding some cake last, unbelievable. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Thank you very much, Iron Paris, for the €5.
Good to see you back in your second favourite plane, sir.
Thank you very much, Iron. Appreciate it, buddy. For those of you who don't see it, go check out my last uploaded video, which was Iron Paris' video showing my affection towards the Airbus, albeit only one particular variant, the Phoenix A320. There are other Airbus is available in your respective flight simulator. Yeah, great fun. Thank you very much, and great to be back in my second favourite airplane.
Eastern 3000 feet QNH 1016, Yellow Wings.
2 tons, late to party, finish watching the F1 recording. No spoilers for anyone else, but what a race. What a race.
X925, contact Amsterdam 1.
Mark Jackson, flew from Tenerife a few weeks ago. Climbed twice in the cruise due to storm. Would the pilot ask to find new heading to go around it, Why did you tell them a heading? We asked for it, Mark Jackson. Great question. So we'd see the weather we want to avoid. We'd work out what heading we need to fly to avoid it by what distance we want to, and we tell AT, you know, what's it here? Langham radar, packet 32 Golf Alpha. Request heading 20 degrees right or heading 280 due weather, and they'll say yeah, 99.9% of the time they'll approve that, and then they sometimes find how long do you need the heading for. They'll say yeah, 20 miles, 120 miles. They're very accommodating for weather avoidance. Hank Moody, classic. Absolute classic. Hello, an interview. What should I answer to the question? What do you do if you don't agree with the captain's decision? Thanks. Classic airline pilot interview. So, have you heard of a word called advocacy, Mark? If I was a first officer and a captain was not agreeing to your decision or your instruction, regardless of experience, you'd advocate that position. So you'd perhaps repeat the request calmly. A classic example is this question in an interview. Okay, you're a first officer, new cadets, and the captain is destabilised at the landing gate. So there's a mandatory requirement to go around if you're destabilised, and you could go around and he doesn't go around. He says no, I want to continue. What would you do? Okay, so you'd repeat it again with a matter of urgency because you probably just busted. You've just busted the gate. So you'd say go around, repeat it. The third time, I would say with a raised voice, go around now, and I'd use his name. Okay, so let's give an example. Say Jim was flying, he was the captain, I was the first officer, got to landing gate, and we're doing twice the required rate of descent. I'd say, okay, I'd just go around. So my operator would be called 500 continue or 500 go around. I'd go around, and I'm telling you, no one's going to continue in this day and age. But let's say he continued. I'd then say again, go around. Alright, and then I'd say his name. I'd say, Jim, go around now. And then if he then continued, what would you think you'd do? What would you do, guys? You told your captain 500 go around, he ignores it. 500 go around with a louder voice, and you go, Jim, go around now, and he ignored it the third time. What would you do next? Tell me, I'd be interested to hear your opinion. At this point, severely, either, incapacitated. You could potentially say he's incapacitated if he's ignored that. Excellent. So I see it there from Cat. All right. I'd tell AT, wallop him, punch him, probably take control. So there is no right or wrong answer with this. If 3 times. If you've told someone to go around, it hasn't gone around. Something is severely wrong here. He's probably incapacitated. He's had a heart attack. Something's wrong here. I'd tell ATC. First thing I'd tell ATC, I'd go Schiphol Tower, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. We are going around. Okay, that's the first thing I'd do. At this point, he's ignored 3 requests. You tell ATC. Now, if at this point he's still carrying on, you've got to sort of look at this. Are you going to fight control? Are you going to fight control of him? You're going to say, look, take control. He starts fighting the control. You've got to weigh up your options here. If you start fighting the control of him, you're going to endanger the aircraft. You've got to balance the option out. If he lands off this, you get off the plane. You get off that plane immediately. And tell the company that this guy was ignored 4 requests to go out. He's still going to. This is a situation very unlikely to happen. But you've got to do what's in your power. You've got to argue, if you take control, have control, and if he says no, starts fighting, you can endanger the aircraft, endanger everyone. But if he carries on to continue. 10 flight level 260, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Yeah, it's a sensitive one, but yeah, that's what they want you in the interview question. They're not going to start asking you, but if, what if, this and that, and that sort of thing. They don't want you to just go, oh yeah, I'm going to let the captain continue. That's what they're looking for there. So yeah, it's a tough one. There's no right or wrong way. You're just going to advocate your position. Air at a man. Top of descent, ladies and gentlemen. We're going down 260. Now he didn't say to be level by Elder, but we'll presume that's the case. out at event once with VNAV engaged. The aircraft descends at 1,000 feet per minute until it captures the profile. Yeah, you could try and take control, but if he starts fighting, just yeah, you got to. At some point, you got to value your. 124875. Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Choose. Amsterdam, very good evening. Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, descending flight level 260 inbound Ilde.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, hello, cleared Echo Echo Lima 1 Alpha arrival. Would you like a surveillance radar approach or an ILS approach this evening?
Elder 1 Alpha, love to try out the SRA approach, please. Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, roger. Yeah, you're just in time. You can expect a surveillance radar approach for runway 24, descent flight level 210.
Descent flight level 210, and thank you very much, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Roof, that was great. 210 set and runway 24, perfect.
140, increase your speed to 310 knots or greater in the descent.
So we're going to keep the speed up. What's that for me?
Sorry, say again, Channel 95.
Channel. So we're going to do decimal 800, we're going to convert to 313 knots, so it's nice and fast. We're past top of descent now, so look at your vertical profile coming back towards us.
Alpaca 5 kilo, report your current indicated airspeed.
Indicating 314 knots, Alpaca 5 Golf
Very specific.
Alpaca 5 kilo, speed to 290 knots.
290 knots for Alpaca 5 Golf Kilo.
Excellent. Hi Lauren, hope you're doing well, nice to see you here.
Level 90 for 120.
Gregory, you see why I love this channel? Really instructive. Well, we have a bit of fun as well, but that's what it's all about. It's great to fly this approach, great the controllers are staying, because that event ends in 20 minutes, we're just getting in time. Christian, mental pilot got a very interesting video about a similar situation. Happened in Pakistan. I think I know the event, and then I think they crashed. There's been a number of events. CRM is such an important part of aviation now, and not just aviation, but certainly aviation, where, and at my operator, it doesn't matter if you're a brand new cadet who's just coming onto line for the first time, your opinion and value is respected, and it doesn't matter if you're flying with a captain with 25 years experience, he is going to respect the input from the first officer at all times. I certainly in my operator, I'm very confident that would happen because it is drilled from day one.
So 37 Charlie, hello, turn left, heading 280. And would you like a surveillance radar approach or an ILS approach this evening?
So speed's dropping off a little bit. It'll go to FMC speed if we get a little slower, but it's there we are. So FMC speed's just going to add thrust to get back to our target speed. I'm going to keep the speed up here. Remember, the FMS is respecting this elder restriction 260. That's what VNAV's doing.
And expect SRA 24. We're also able to continue on the RNP correction on the star if you'd like direct rob this. I want you on this heading now. Approach 98, Tank Papa.
Hey Lars, hope you're doing well, buddy. Suddenly got a few minutes free, decided to throw myself into the mix with Braven. The beer in Amsterdam is on me tonight, Captain. Excellent. Hope you have a safe flight. Now back on profile, returned.
Would you like a surveillance radar approach or an ILS approach this evening? Did the Norco 12 arrival and request ILS approach Ryan 8 Tango Papa.
He's going OG.
Tango Papa, roger, expect an ILS approach runway 18 right, descent flight level 200. Expecting ILS 18 right and descent level 200, Ryan 8 Tango Papa.
Cool, blimey JM, that's very, very, very generous of you. Wow, thank you very much JM.
Great content as usual.
Thank you very much JM for your $50, I think the term bomb is used, those generous amounts. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed the video and seeing something a little bit different tonight. So thank you very much. Great to be back streaming as well. Thank you so much from stateside. Thank you very much. And thank you again. Right, 260. Aircraft's now going to level off, but we want to keep descending. All I need to do is simply push out into vent again, and the aircraft will now descend at 1,000 feet per minute until again it recaptures the profile. Back to our target speed and descent to 313 knots. So far the mod's been pretty good, just little bugs with insufficient fuel coming up a few times, or once, and VS at one point, otherwise VNAV's doing a good job.
135.65, Lieutenant.
Lauren, you're right, absolutely. And, I haven't had first-hand experience, but I've flown with military guys, and sometimes they're a little bit, they have been in the past a little bit too sort of gun-ho, if you know what I mean. But I've never had to call go around ever, or I've never had my opinion disrespected. You're quite right. And it's certainly a cultural thing as well. But this day and age, much better now, much less an issue now.
Would you like a surveillance radar approach or an ILS?
Cat looks like the tide is in.
We're set up for RNAV runway 24. We would like to take that if that's possible.
Obviously, not everyone wants to fly on our SRA approach.
No, unfortunately that's not available. So I'll have to put you either on the surveillance radar approach or the ILS runway 18 right. We can take the ILS 18 right for
cool.
1 Charlie Papa. Runway 24 was the arrival runway on the ATIS. We have information, Charlie, just for your information. First cam 60 Victor, telephony 020.
That's a famous approach GHL. You flew a full motion 7-4 with a visual break off from runway 24 from runway 27. That's well known. Ship on, very cool.
You can expect an ILS approach from a 18 right. Descent flight to fall 210.
That's a TA. So this definitely would be a TA. That's so cool, the TCAS system on here working really well.
First, Alpaca 1, Charlie Papa, expect the ILS approach from a 18 right, descent flight to fall 210. Your descent flight to fall 210 and expect ILS 18 right, it's Alpine 1 Charlie Papa. We've also 37 Charlie, turn left heading 240, descent flight to fall 70.
Excellent use of the TCAS emojis there. Oh, excuse that, it comes up, there's not actually any problems with the
Kilo Mike, descent flight to fall 70.
1,000 to go.
Checked, so...
Volkswagen 768, hello, clear door, continue on the Norco to Alpha arrival. Would you like a surveillance?
Not under any speed here, so I'm just going to bring the speed back so we don't get... just move a bit of energy from the aircraft.
To Alpha 3, request the SRA 24. Volkswagen 768. Volkswagen 768, would you expect the SRA question surveillance radar approach runway 24, descent flight level 200. SRA approach runway 24, descending flight level 200, Volkswagen 768. Paka 32 Golf Alpha, turn left heading 180, and descent flight level 180.
Left heading 180 degrees, descent flight level 180, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Any speed for you, sir?
For the moment, maintain speed 280 knots.
280 knots, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. So a bit of spacing here, 280 knots he wants to descent, so we'll tell the FMS we're going to do 280.
103, hello, expect question
North go vertical speed 2000 here.
18 center.
Perfect.
Descent flight to fall 240.
Oh, Daniel B, this is the very, very outdated Aerosoft scenery. It's apparently it's all wrong and not up to date here, and I don't think they're going to update it. It's very expensive, but I did get it because I think it was the only decent one there. Listen to me. I'm very proud of my degrees, so yes, make sure when you guys you're talking to ATC, when you get a heading, say degrees, not to be confused with altitude, you see. Very proud I always do that. Well spotted. This is busy.
Also 7 Kilo Mike, turn left heading 230. Left heading 230, thumbs out 7 Kilo Mike. Also 37 Charlie, resume our navigation, direct R-tip. After R-tip, direct to Papa Alpha Mike.
1,000 to go.
Check.
Resume navigation, direct R-tip, thereafter Papa Alpha Mike.
This is I'm very proud that you spotted that.
Just again the frequency first, please.
Papa 5 Kilo, contact Schiphol approach, 121.2.
121.2, Alpaca 5 Golf Zero, back to well.
Confirm flight level 140, run 8, Papa.
Busy, busy, busy. Oh, it's like London. Sounds like some normal traffic levels. It does, Black Doctor 08.
Lima, I built. Right, 8 Papa, a firm, and brake in the 132, hello, climb for level 230.
There we go. It's getting a little bit off profile, but it's fine. Just fly our assigned speed. Pangolin wasn't paying attention. What was the thing about degrees? So, whenever you use RT, whenever you're giving a heading, you should always state degrees afterwards. So, for example, he gave us 180, 180. So I said, in response, heading 180 degrees, descend flight level 180. Descend flight level 70, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. 70 set. So I always specify degrees, so I'm just saying heading 180, descent flight level 180, because it could get confusing. So I always specify degrees afterwards for heading.
148,
Bye.
So we're sort of sending us over here with the rest of the traffic. So busy.
Alpaca 3 to Golf Alpha, turn right, heading 260.
Right, 260 degrees, Alpaca 3 to Golf Alpha. Heading 260. We've not done a single external view, I think, since we got airborne. Oh, he said Alpaca instead of Alpine. I heard that. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, well, that's interesting. Get rid of that. I think. I see. So the same control P. Okay, that's annoying. I know what I've done here. I've assigned control P to bring up the charts, but it actually shows explains stuff. So I'll just turn this off manually here. There we go. That can't be good for the environment. Ah, what have we done?
Alpha arrival, runway 18 center, ILS approach, descent flight level 200.
Beautiful. Right, straight to RTIP. And because it's a proper airplane, it doesn't go LNAV afterwards like an Airbus would. Oh, look at that for profile. Look at that. Beauty.
Descent to flight level 140, Okay, and I want you to confirm flight level 230.
That's the data SRA explain, yeah. It's it all working real time.
Amsterdam below ocean side 811, traffic Lima, descending for level 260, speed 200 knots.
Slovakia 768, turn left heading 240, descent flight level 70.
So busy.
Heading 240,
Better put the seatbelt sign on.
Transavia 768. Slovakia 811, hello, expect the ILS approach from the 18 center, and you're cleared Echo Lima 1 Alpha arrival, descent flight level 200.
Look at this view. Oh. I know it's not as good as Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it still looks very, very nice.
Foster 7 kilo Mike, contact Schiphol approach, 121.2, bye-bye. Approach 121, that's what you're
Beautiful.
8 Tango Papa, resume normal speed. Resume normal speed, line 8 Tango Papa.
So busy.
Golf Alpha, resume our navigation.
Someone's bought a sticker! James, thank you very much! From the Flight Deck to Sim merch store. Very kind of you, thank you very much, sir. I missed my radio call, but never mind. Thank you very much, James.
3 to Golf Alpha, resume our navigation, direct RTIP. After RTIP, direct Papa Alpha Mike.
James RTIP, and after RTIP, Papa Alpha Mike. Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Right, so we're going to do RTIP, Papa Alpha Mike, and then we're going to put that waypoint we created. Art 01, there we go. Executed. So LNAV's engaged. We're going to maintain 280 knots. Well, we'll reduce 250 below 100. Brad, thank you very much, 26 months. Wow, time flies, literally. 2 years as a member, buddy. Thank you very much for your continued support. Super busy.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, speed 250 knots.
Now just 250 knots, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. I preempted that.
Alpaca 38 Echo level 240 inbound work.
Oh, that's Cookie. Good timing.
Alpaca 38
Look at the
Echo,
clouds,
Alpha dash shortly.
Beautiful. So we're just in level change now, just pitching for the speed, just sort of keeping an eye on the vertical profile. Spiker boy, Lauren, yes. There we are, 170, post-cruise checks, fuel 4 pumps. We've got 5 tons on board, lights, logo can come on now. Angular bank, 25 degrees, I thought that was me there. Pressurization 3.2 set, seatbelts on, recall. Checks complete. Pan guiding, 16 bumps, only half a time, but so much fun. Thank you very much for your continued support as well, buddy. Excellent. Right, workload is going to start increasing now. Just going to go VNAV.
Alpaca 38 Echo radio check.
Alpaca 3 Echo 555.
Alpaca 38 Echo, thank you for the wait. Expect the Norco to Alpha.
It's trying to slow down here, so I'm just going to go vertical speed and select 250. That's fine. Alex, this is enhanced skyscapes, yes.
Runway 18 center, and when ready, descend flight level 180, Alpaca 3 Echo.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, contact SRA Approach, 121.2, bye-bye.
121.2, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, thanks to the ATC, bye.
Thanks 103, turn right.
Contact 11, correction, contact 131.150.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Thank you, Frank. Where's John from the Fiver?
Fly heading 360.
Pap Alpha Mike.
For the new house knick-knack fund, everyone needs something trivial and decorative.
I'll get Julia Rabbit... rabbits? I won't get Julia Roberts a rabbit. Oh, no, Julia Julia Roberts. I'll get Julia Roberts a drawn. Plug on hat, Jonathan from the Fiver. Thank you. Oh my goodness me. This stream's got a rating. I don't know what, oh my god.
Turn right heading 170,
I've seen this stop.
Thousand to go.
Check. Thanks, Jim.
925 tower,
I can't fly, that's SRA Approach, you idiots.
11865, thank you very much. 180, have a great evening to you.
Firm 119.225.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, 129.225.
Negative 119 or 225.
119.225.
7 kilo Mike, turn right heading 270.
270,
Checking when I can.
97 Delta, speed 180.
You lot, babe.
9797 Delta, speed 180.
Yeah, skip on.
Speed 180, 7
Float 185, descend 2000.
Right, before you lot, I'm going to mute this here because I really need to concentrate on this one.
Approach runway Tango Papa, descending flight level 70 inbound Pavos.
Muted the alerts. All the traffic around here as well, there's an aircraft going straight towards me. That's the way you always tell, look. Red light on the right, coming towards you.
Descend 3000 feet, QNH 1019, runway Tango Papa.
Skip on approach, hello. Skip on hello, it's Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, flight level 70, Papa Alpha Mike, 250 knots.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, turn left heading 180.
Left heading 180, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha.
Got 5 kilo Golf, turn right heading 050.
So we're just going to maintain 70, sort of like delayed vectors and holding.
249 Quebec Whiskey, turn left heading 250.
It's going to be super busy here, so do bear with me in chat. It's going to be flying. An SRA Approach needs to respond with ATC, that's why I muted the alerts for this one.
Alpha Quebec Contact Tower, 19225.
No, I haven't, John Oven.
Float 185, frequency
Stop it, you lot.
49 Quebec Whiskey, descend 2000
Super
feet,
busy this guy.
019er.
It's got to be on the ball here.
Good evening, sir. Sir, Cockpit 6402, passing 3,700 feet, climbing to 6,000.
Delta 37 Charlie, turn right heading 300.
Right heading 300, Delta 37 Charlie.
Oscar Whiskey Alpha, turn right heading 160.
Thanks, PM57.
20 right.
These guys are good though. Multiple runways in use here.
Green 6402, climb flight level
It's only 10 o'clock at night here in Amsterdam as well. This event ends in 2 minutes.
Alpine 797 Delta, turn right.
Really hope we can get an SRA in there, guys.
Right heading 07078.
49 Quebec Whiskey, descend 2,000 feet, QNH 1019er.
2,000 feet.
Too early to ask for boga. Yeah, no bogas today, guys.
Alright, Tango Papa, speed 180 knots.
Speed 180 right 8, Tango Papa.
Avia 768, turn left heading 180.
Beautiful day to go flying now, look at this.
Baka 32 Golf Alpha, speed 180 knots.
180 knots, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. So very slow, very early, but we'll comply with it.
180 knots.
Speed 180, Transavia 768.
Baka 5 Golf Kilo, descend 2,000 feet, QNH 1019er.
Dominoes.
2,000 feet, 1019er, Alpaca 5 Kilo Golf.
Quebec Whiskey, contact arrival 126675.
What I was trying to say is I can get a hat for Julia Roberts with that knick-knack donation from Jonathan. And I don't know, I just said rabbits. And then it went downhill.
97 Quebec Papa, climb flight level 130.
Climb 130.
No rain on, I said no to boga, no to boga.
402, direct to Idrit.
So now's the upspeed's coming up, flap 1.
Say again, sir, Hotel 6402.
Direct Idrit.
Direct Idrit, sir, Hotel 6402.
Lufthansa 7 Kilo Mike, turn right heading 050.
Flap extension speed's been improved. Must be a bit too quick. Maybe a little bit quick for the leading edge.
Delta, turn right heading 090.
Right heading 090.
So flap 2 is a really nice speed flap setting.
32 Golf Alpha, descend flight level 50.
So flight level 50, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Remember, it's a very low transition altitude here, so vertical speed of 1,000.
60 until 4.
Speed 180,
Contact Tower 19225.
19225, up on 85 Romeo Whiskey.
Oh, fingers crossed for the SRA.
No, 85 Romeo Whiskey, descend flight level 40.
Andrew, where do you intend to take off and land in the upcoming stream? New Zealand. I go to New Zealand, so I've got this great scenery with Flight Beam Studios installed. Wellington and Auckland.
Flight heading 090.
090, speed 446.
Papa 1 Charlie Papa, hello, descend flight level 50.
Traffic was a good movie.
Flight level 50, up on 1 Charlie Papa.
Savia 768, descend flight level 50.
Descending flight level 50, Transavia 768.
Looking good.
Schiphol Approach, goedenavond, Eurowings 103, descending to flight level 70, inbound, Sierra Papa Yankee.
5 Golf Kilo, turn left heading 320.
Heading 320, Alpaca 5
Sean
Golf
Brandon
Kilo.
Rabbit just going to speed so there you go.
Amsterdam 125.750.
125.750 for repeat.
Is this the only approach controller?
Schiphol Approach, goedenavond, Eurowings 103, descending to flight level 70, inbound, Sierra Papa Yankee.
So sort of transiting I don't know who they are, Transavia. Okay, so hopefully we'll sort of go like this round there. Look at the spacing here though, superb.
Departure, we're doing your base 998 is with you, climbing out of 2004, flight level 60.
So 7 Kilo Mike, descend to 3,000 feet, QNH.
That's 4 approach controllers, wow. Oh yeah, I can see them all here, wow. So I guess we're dealing with the Eastleigh one.
As I got into departure, KLM 1656, 6000.
No, Wesley.
Right, you're 8 Tango Papa, turn left heading 160, clear to ILS 18 right.
50.
Turn 160, clear ILS 18 right, 18 Tango Papa.
Lufthansa 7 Kilo Mike, descend 3,000 feet, QNH.
Oh yeah, I know, Christian Necker's getting a good look of Holland here.
3,179 and speed 180, Lufthansa 7 Kilo Mike.
Baka 5 Kilo Golf, turn left heading 270.
11 degrees, just don't need any engine anti-ice.
270, Alpaca 5 Kilo Golf.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, turn right heading 270.
Riding 270 degrees, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha.
Alpaca 5 Golf Kilo.
Very important when it's really busy like this, you fly your assigned speed, you maintain your altitudes, very important for AC to do their job properly.
131.150. 131.150.
131.150 for Alpaca 5 Golf Kilo. Correction, 5 Kilo Golf. Bye bye.
Climb 656, climb flight level 130.
Climb flight level 130, KLM 1656.
Also 7 Kilo Mike,
Concerns. Stick shake activation speed is very high, it shouldn't be this high.
85 Romeo Whiskey, turn right heading 220, descend 2,000 feet, cleared ILS 18 right.
Quite heavy here today.
That was blocked.
So surely this controller isn't going to do the SRA approaches. He's so busy. I'm guessing there'll be a director. I don't know. I really hope we have someone that can give the SRA.
Line 1 Charlie Papa, turn right heading 300, speed 180 knots.
Turn 300, speed 180 knots, Alpine 1 Charlie Papa.
Northern 37 Charlie, turn right heading 050.
So busy.
Right heading 050, Lufthansa 37 Charlie.
Line 797 Delta, turn
Yeah, I guess I listed it. I don't know how they're working it. I'm looking here on VATSIM.
Line 797 Delta, turn left heading 300.
I only see one tower frequency.
With 446, turn
The 4 approach controllers, and that's it. I really don't know how they're going to do this.
2,000 feet, correction 3,000 feet, QNH 1019er.
Blackdog, but you should try it. I mean, I wouldn't recommend this as your first VATSIM event, but just do some of the quieter events. Or you even don't need to do events, it's usually ATC without events. Yeah, if you have any questions, ask ATC. Probably a little bit intense, this one.
119, 225, run 8, Takeoff Papa.
1656 124
Yeah, if they can't do it, I'm not going to ask, you know, or demand. We'll do it another time. I left too late, really. The event ended 4 minutes ago. Fingers crossed.
Right heading 280, Tanzania, South Green.
35, correction, Alpine 85 Romeo Whiskey, turn left heading 160, clear pilot 20 right.
So busy, guys.
Left 160, but we're farther high, Alpine 85 Romeo Whiskey.
7 Romeo Whiskey, you were clear to descend 2,000 feet. Would you like to continue the approach?
Sorry, negative. We like to make another one.
Uh-oh.
85 Romeo Whiskey, second.
We'd like to cancel approach and try again, Alpine 85 Romeo Whiskey.
85 Romeo Whiskey, roger, fly heading 270.
No problem for this guy. There's the airport, that's what we're trying to get to.
Alpine 1 Charlie Papa, turn left heading 220.
Left turn heading 220,
Oh, cool bounce, thank you. That's so cool. Hope he stays on a little longer. Doesn't have work in the morning. Well, following this highway.
All stations, stand by.
Uh-oh. So tense. Better do the
descent checklist. Pressurization.
Set.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Approach briefing and fuel.
Discuss with loads of gas.
Discussed.
IAS and alt bugs.
Checked and set.
Descent checklist complete.
Stand by. 797 Delta, 9055, descent flight level 40.
Andrew, I would love to, but not right now. Did describe it a little bit in the stream. If you type it in Google, there's actually sort of some good guidance on how it works. Essentially talked down by ATC all the way down to the runway.
130 and 125,
Nice one, Lauren.
1 Charlie Papa, descent 2,000 feet, QNH 1019er, cleared ILS 20 right.
2,000, clear ILS 20 right.
Still got to get on this airport.
Alpine 1 Charlie Papa.
Wizz Air 1414, climb flight level 130 and contact Amsterdam radar 125.750.
So many frequencies as well.
Close everyone flight 130 and contacting 125.750. It's on platform. Bye-bye.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, turn right heading 360.
Riding 360 degrees, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha.
Alpine 85 Romeo Whiskey, turn right heading 020.
Back towards the airport.
2,000 feet, QNH 1019er.
Looking good.
Right, 020, descent 2,000, 131 Alpine 85 from Whiskey.
Croydon 54 Papa Charlie, SRA Approach, runway 24.
So it doesn't matter which sim you've got, X-Plane or Microsoft Flight Simulator, both provide an excellent simulation of certainly respect to what I do and the approaches I fly. This is hyper realistic right now.
Roger, we're flying 210 to intercept the localizer, and we need to get down a little bit more. Alpine 1 Charlie Papa.
Alpine 797 Delta, descent 2,000 feet, QNH 1019er.
Absolutely superb.
Good 446, turn right heading 300, descent flight level 50.
So many people tuned in as well this evening, 500 of you, thank you very much, hope you're doing well. We're just on vectors for a surveillance radar approach to Amsterdam, so it's a runway 24.
41 Quebec Papa, climb flight level 1.
I don't know how this approach controller has the capacity to know not only what to do with each aircraft, but what approach we want to fly. I guess he passed the message on with their colleagues. Every time I've experienced VATSIM in Holland, which has been Amsterdam and Schiphol most of the time, it's been excellent. Really, really good. So, aircraft on the approach there ahead, look.
7 Golf, hello, IS. Correct, confirm, KLM 7 Golf?
Confirm.
What's he in?
7 Golf, IS.
Another Airbus.
Turn left heading 010.
There seems to be too many Airbuses around.
Turn left heading 010,
Yes, if you are enjoying the video, don't forget to like it as well. Helps the channel out a lot. It's my first public stream in 4 weeks. It's been great fun. I've enjoyed every second of it. Thanks, guys.
Descend 4,000 2,000 feet per minute or greater.
Papa 1 Charlie Papa, we're not going to make it, we need to go around.
Oh, not another one.
Papa 1 Charlie Papa, roger that. Turn right heading 300, maintain 2000. Turn heading 300, maintain 2000.
Look at this airport.
Alpine 1 Charlie Papa. Alpine departure, good evening. Shamrock 8 for X-ray passing 2,600 climate flight level 60, vola to Papa.
So just updating PAMS, just keeps the line updated.
50, cleared on S20 right. Turn right, 150, cleared on S20 right.
Aircraft on approach here, wow.
Shamrock 8 for X-ray, hello, maintain flight level 60.
Maintaining flight level 60, Shamrock 8 for X-ray.
Oh, he's managed to get a breath. Oh, is that the same Lufthansa?
KLM 7 Golf, the heading is heading 010.
Awesome.
Heading 010, KLM 7 Golf.
Alpine 797 Delta, turn left heading 250.
Left 250, Alpine 797 Delta.
41 Quebec Papa, contact Amsterdam 12487.
So many frequencies as well.
Amsterdam 12487.
Glad I bought that extra fuel though. Hours worth. We've gobbled into that.
Alpine 85 Romeo Whiskey, maintain.
Loads of traffic here, furniture consortium. Love it.
18026, 162 Alpine 85 Romeo.
Flight time was an hour 30.
Alpine 1 Charlie Papa, turn right heading 300 now, please.
Right, turn heading 300, Alpine 1 Charlie Papa.
And the altitude was 2000.
Roger, we're descending 2000, Alpine 1 Charlie Papa.
Nice, it's through the kind of extended centre line here.
Foiling 54 Papa
Just
Charlie,
using this to
turn
sort
left
of
heading
see,
070.
it might be straight onto the approach here.
Heading 070,
Whee! What's this guy do?
KLM 7 Golf, left 360.
Yeah, so we won't put it straight on the approach here, we're too close in.
Shamrock 64 X-ray,
So we're going to go through the extended centre line, and then hopefully vectors in from the north. Blocked.
Papa 32 Golf Alpha, right 060, descend 3000, 1019.
Right, 060 degrees, send 3000 feet, QNH 1019 now, back at 32 Golf Alpha.
446, turn
so 1019er, vertical speeds.
Right, 360.
There we are, downwind now.
1 Charlie Papa, I need to
Altitude, guys.
Please, 300.
If I'm getting, just need to confirm the altitude.
300, Alpha, it's 1 Charlie Papa.
Outback 32 Golf Alpha, confirm cleared altitude.
44 for 6000.
EC for 8 kilo, climb flight level 1.
I'll let you guys go for it.
30, 4 kilo.
Outback 32 Golf Alpha, sorry, confirm cleared altitude.
3000.
3000 Outback 32 Golf Alpha, there we go.
Safia 768.
Always hard if you're not sure.
Right, 050.
There we are, so we're sort of downwind here, 180 knots.
Alpine 85, Romeo Whiskey.
Hopefully get slotted in behind this guy. What an incredible job they've done. Is that an alpaca?
Alpine 797 Delta, arrival 1184.
Oh, it's too fast, though, looks like Shamrock. Thanks, guys. You are all my gyms in chat. There we are, downwind for the SRA approach. In fact, I'm not so worried about CDA here, so... Well, it's impossible to do a CDA. Yeah, we're plenty low enough to be fair, let's just do 1,000. Jack is fast asleep.
1,000 to go.
Check. Oh yeah, listen to it, yeah. Oh, SRA approach is impossible to do because my operator will need to be level at the platform altitude 2 miles before. controller's gone very quiet.
Chip okay for XRA Amsterdam, 125750.
Got nervous then.
125750, watch him get flight, bye-bye.
495 for Papa Charlie.
Wow, Tom Hayes Cats, you should be getting to sleep if you're in Thailand, 3 AM. It's 9 o'clock here in the UK, in the evening.
Fueling 32 Golf Alpha, turn left heading 260.
Whirling, he said.
Fueling 32 Golf Alpha, turn left heading 260.
Left heading 260 degrees, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. I thought he said whirling.
5 for Papa Charlie, turn left.
That looks like a bit of an intercept for us.
Final 40.
Left heading 060, descent for 40, Boeing 5
for 8 Kilo, contact Amsterdam, 125750.
Pango, how often have you done this? Once. And we couldn't even complete it because of ATC workload, and we did it for a bit of fun. It was about 8 years ago, still an FO. Out of quiet, 3000.
Papa 1 Charlie Papa, turn right heading 010, vector 5.
Guys all over the Queensland, Amsterdam, Thailand, the US. Amazing.
32 Golf Alpha, contact arrival 126675.
126675, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, good luck.
Thank you.
It was great, absolutely superb. Arrivals, good day, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, left turn heading 260 degrees, maintain 3,000 feet, 180 knots for the SRA approach.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, hello, descend 2,000 feet.
Descend 2,000 feet, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. So 2,000 vertical speed.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, this will be surveillance radar approach, runway 24, terminating 1.5 mile from touchdown. Obstacle clearance, altitude 570 feet, check your minima.
Check the minimum, 570, and it'll be SRA approach to 1.5 miles, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. So the minimums are set, 2,000 feet, going to go flat 5 now. This has been incredible. What an incredible job they've done. So I'm going to put my 2,000 feet, want to be level 2 miles before, so I'm going to do that at the ART 01. And we're just going to use ATC to get us down, basically, their instructions, okay? And, oh yeah, I need to be making reference to this chart so we know what required altitudes we need. There we go. So we'll look at our rate of descent, ground speed, so we can work out our vertical speed, the required vertical speed for this approach. There we are. So when we get to the beam ART 01 point, okay, we're going to configure gear down flat 15. There we are, level. This is as per my operator's SOPs, we need to be level 2 miles before.
250.
250, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Here we go, this is in.
Heading 240, due speed is convenient for an approach.
Heading 240 degrees, Wilco, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Splendid. So approaching 2 miles, gear down, flat 15. Excuse me, I won't just use yoke cam just yet. Landing checklist.
Heading 238.
Heading 238 degrees, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. We're going to take the landing flap at 0.5 DME. Check our ground speed to work out our required rate of descent. We're approaching 0.5.
Line 8 miles from touchdown, approaching the glide path.
Perfect, no readback required for that. There we are, fully configured. I might skip the verbal landing checklist here just so we can get configured. A lot of thrust required level flights. And as soon as we get our descent speed here, we've got 150 knots ground speeds. It's a bit of interpolation.
7 miles from touchdown, commence or set now to maintain a 3-degree glide path.
Roger. So 800 feet, vertical spin. We're just going to set a little bit. There we are, 900. So again, I've not flown this approach before. And we can do some ground distance cross check, so 6 miles, 1800, but he'll tell us if we're high or low.
239er.
239er.
6 miles from touchdown, altitude path should be 1,800 feet on the center line.
Perfect, so 1,800, a little low, so I'm just going to reduce our rate of descent to about 600. Remember the required is 750, Spawn is not armed, thank you. Need a tower frequency. So again, remember this.
5 miles from touchdown. Altitude passing should be 1,500 feet on the center line.
Perfect. 1500. Let's leave it at 600. Remember, it was 650 required. Again, UPIMC here. Not look. You wouldn't perhaps be able to see anything here.
From touchdown, altitude pass should be 1,200 feet. Check all set, gear down and locked. Report runway 24 inside.
No rebat required. Runway 24 inside. Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha.
Check runway 24 clear to land. Wind 270 degrees and 9 knots.
Runway 24 clear to land. Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. So we just need to set the missed approach altitude 2,000 feet, and we'll just quickly run the landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Start switches.
Continuous.
Recall.
Checked.
Speed brake.
Armed, green light.
Landing gear.
Down, 3 green.
Auto brake.
Auto brake 2 set.
Flaps.
Flaps 30 set, green light.
Landing lights.
On.
Landing checklist complete.
Perfect. So some of my readbacks for the terminology there probably wasn't quite correct.
2 miles from touchdown, altitude passing should be 600 feet.
Perfect. And this will terminate at 0.5 DME. Wow, that was incredible. Checked.
Minimum.
Continue.
500.
1.5 miles from touchdown. Altitude passing should be 450 feet. Approach completed. Continue visually.
And continue approach up on 32 Golf Alpha.
400.
Tad low. 3 reds. Just the rest of that range of descent. About 500 feet per minute. Back on profile. A little bit of a crosswind from the right. A little bit left of centre line. So we're correcting.
300.
Checked. Little inputs now. Now we're being cleared to land. Tad low. Keep descending.
100.
Checked.
Speed 446.
50. 40. 30.
Check. Close. A little bit left rudder aileron into wheels. Not quite a butter, but a great landing. Speed breaks up. Hold the nose up. Gently lower. Reverses. Getting slow to spool up. There they go. 100. Manual braking. 80. And 60. Cancelling reverse. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Schiphol after an SRA approach. Not a bad landing. Not the butter you all guys asked for, but I'll take it. That was mega. First time ever doing an SRA approach in the sim as well.
Right heading 239.
That was superb. Well done to that sim. Amsterdam, Schiphol. Well, amazing. What an experience. What an experience. Take Sierra 1. Oh yeah, I don't have the chance there. Flight sims are just so good, so rewarding as well, so rewarding.
Speed is convenient for the approach. Minimum approach, 446.
32 Golf Alpha vacated.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, contact ground 1.8, bye bye.
1.8, that was amazing. Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, see it? It was awesome. He could go home tonight. Oh, what a great job. That was just awesome. So happy to have demonstrated that. And the event ended 20 minutes ago. Where am I? I have no idea where we are. Let me just get onto the parallel taxiway and see what's what. I've got my charts open here on a second window. I'm on this sort of cargo apron here on Romeo. So let's see what happens. Ground, hello, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. Just vacated runway 24 at Sierra 1. Request parking on anywhere on the terminal, please.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, very well. Welcome to Amsterdam at Delta 56 in mind. Was that your request?
That'll do. Delta 56 will go that
30,
way. Thank you very much.
20. 10.
Just muting that for a second. Wherever that is. Thank you, whoever that was. I will repeat that.
Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha, give way to the Transavia Boeing 737 coming from the left.
I'll give way to the Transaria 737 coming from the left, Alpaca 32 Golf Alpha. I will repeat that, I promise. I just want to make sure.
Delta 2 Bravo Whiskey, contact
That's the
tower
Transavia. It is, so we're giving way to
225,
the Dutchies.
Tower 119.225, Whiskey. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
There we go.
You too. Red Nose 541 Bravo, contact tower 119.225. Bye bye.
So 1 Sierra 1, Sierra 2, Sierra 3, Delta 5, 6. Okay, I've seen where it is. It's just on this straight line here. So we're going to take the right because it's this clockwise system. We go Bravo. Thank you, whoever that was. I've just seen Julia Roberts has donated. So we're going to take the right, which is the anti-clockwise system they use. What was this?
Oh. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Thanks, Julia Roberts.
Ship on ground, Boeing 5 Bravo Charlie.
I'll adopt rabbits with you just as long as you keep touching down like that.
Thank you very much, Julia Roberts, for the 5. Said, babe, I'll adopt rabbits with you just as long as you keep touching down like that. Well, thank you very much, Julia Roberts. I'm touched.
Ryanair 32 Golf Lima, contact tower 119.225. Bye bye.
Get out of here. Right, well, he said, did you say Delta 56? I have no idea where that is. I think it's on this. We'll just go on the taxiway all the way around here. I think it's around here. Ah, here we go. Bravo, Delta. Ah, there we go. I'll just keep going until it gets Alpha 9. Unbelievable. Just, who was that? Thanks, Julia Roberts. Glad you're enjoying the content still. Love you lots. Oh, shame we didn't get a butter after the short break away from you guys, but what a lovely way to come back flying an SRA Approach. I saw the event, and I just went, we've not done one of those. Let's do one of those. See, do something slightly different. Amazing. We've still got a transponder on. Beautiful. Mod, excellent. Very, very good. This version I'd highly recommend. 350, 380. 30 knots, remember, maximum taxi speeds. It's a pleasure to taxi. A little bit off-roady here though, could be the ortho. The mesh. Christian, thank you for the continued support, buddy. 3 stripes. It's over 6 hours as a member, thank you very much indeed. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming and watching. How'd you get the latest version of ZIBO mod? Scottish ZIBO sent it to me directly. I don't know what the best way of getting it publicly is at the moment. A lot of people ask me that and I'll try and find out. So Alpha 7, just going off-roading here. So we're just passing here on the Bravo taxiway. And Delta 56 is up here. It looks complicated, but Amsterdam's actually quite simple. Has a good system for taxiing. Look at all this traffic as well. That 1, 2, 3, just in this space here. And they're using multiple approaches and runways here. Daniel B, what is the absolute latest point you can safely disconnect autothrottle on the 737NG? So, well, autopilot we talk about. Minimum usage height is 157 feet. Oh no, yeah, it's 157. So don't go any lower than that, and you already disconnect the autothrottle before that, so you don't have it disconnected unless it's an auto land. Look at the traffic here, guys. There we are, we're going to go in via Alpha 9 for Delta 56. Didn't get lost. Don't ever do that on the Flight Sim channel. Do you still have the strobes on though? Oh my goodness me, there's some sort of horrific sinkhole. Got to be careful here. There's a mesh issue, I think, with my tile. Oh, there seems to be a static aircraft here. I couldn't remove the static aircraft from the Flight Sim. Oh, I need loads of frosted. Yeah, okay. Might have to choose a different stand here due to some alternative. I don't think he'll notice. We'll take Delta 31.
What would be an IRL scenario to use SRA? I assume in IRL you would go visual much earlier.
That's a great question there. Thank you very much. I am watching you 75. Sorry about the construction work going on here in Amsterdam right now. I'm just sort of having to off-road my way towards the stand. We're going to make a left turn here onto this stand. I'm sure ATC won't mind. He's busy enough. Maybe on the bus. Great question there. I am watching you 75. So basically, an SRA approach. Let me just get back on stand here. Okay. Alright, we just imagine the air bridge we won't use. We'll just park in front of it. This aerosol scenery is a little dated and basic. That'll do. Ah, look at that, like a pro. Yeah, a little bit off the yellow line, a little bit skew width, but that'll do. 2 blues, 1 red, engine's dead. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Amsterdam after that SRA approach. Talking about SRA approaches, thank you, I am watching you 75 for the €5. So SRA approach, I mean, they're just simply not used in commercial environment anymore. I think Gibraltar is probably the only place, as we were discussing earlier, which utilises SRA approach. They don't have any other instrument approach procedure available, but yeah, I mean, the workload for control is very high, and an airport like here, they wouldn't be able to accommodate this amount of traffic without using multiple runways. So I really can't think of a practical use in a civil aviation where it'd be used these days, unless there was no possibility of having instrument approach procedures there. Done it once years ago. Controller had to stop because of his workload, because there was only one available. But yeah, great question. Thank you very much. I'm watching you 75 for your €5 donation. Oh yeah, I heard Fly Tampa are making scenery. Is that for X-Plane 11 or Microsoft Flight Simulator? But yeah, we do need a decent Aerosoft now. This one it's okay, but it's very outdated. None of the taxiway markings are correct. Terminals are all outdated as well. It's better than nothing, but it definitely needs an update there. According to the Dutch's new services, Schiphol is one of the busiest airports in Europe, so I guess the virtual Schiphol is quite realistic. Yeah, I know, it's been, I mean, you've heard the RT, it's just been non-stop all day. But they've managed, the capacity they had was absolutely incredible, and we flew the approach there. My terminology was a bit off, but I'm unfamiliar with the approach, so I did my best to look to my operator's guidance, but there was no guidance on terminology, so yeah, you saw how it worked. Gave us headings, told us if we're high or low, what height we should be at. We just adjusted the vertical speed accordingly. And you do that in IMC all the way to your minimums there. Very, very cool indeed. So I am going to log off, you know. I'm going to send them, I'm going to comment to these guys. These guys have been amazing. The AC has been absolutely superb. But we are going to disconnect now because the stream has overran slightly. I need to eat. But yeah, great fun. Do you like Microsoft Flight Simulator more or XP? Prefer both of them. Dutch Flight Sim Pilot will be jumping into Microsoft Flight Simulator next, I hope in the 146 from Just Flight. Vish Shipman, the SRA approaches have been discontinued for some time. I'm guessing you're from Holland, so yeah, I can imagine there is no useful for this in commercial environments. Someone mentioned in a military environment, I think people they're still using this almost said on a daily basis, so pretty cool indeed. Right then, so there we are. The latest version of ZIBO Mod 353.18 was an absolute gem. Recommend downloading that. It's good to be back. Really enjoyed today, guys. Should we look at the replay? Not too bad an approach. I got a little bit, you know, I think I was over controlling slightly, but I'm just getting used to the yoke again. You know, the real aircraft is a little heavier, but the inputs I make in X-Plane with the mod are very similar to the real aircraft. It's as close as I've ever noticed in a desktop simulator. Right, anyway, let's get this all up and running, and I'll turn that one off, and cue the funky replay music, please work. No, it's not working. I know why, because it's still muted from my last stream. I am a professional streamer. No, that's my other music. Let's do that. Oh, God, it's so flawless and so smooth. What a transition. Right, let's turn off Fly Live. Let's put ourselves on the approach here as well. Excellent. We're off-roading for most of that taxiway as well. Did tell the control. Look at all the runways here. Look, so many. 1, 2, 3. There's the one all the way over there as well. Absolutely great. Alright, Matt Adams, great comeback stream. Thank you very much. Just professional streamer things. Yeah, I know, Scottish. East Coast Canadian, glad I tuned in just in time for landing. I was late tonight, no problem at all. Thank you very much for popping in nonetheless. Really appreciate you popping in. Great to see the ZIBO again. Yeah, absolutely. It's still excellent 737. My favourite. We need to just get a little bit closer to the runway. There's so many runways to choose from. There we go. Let's crank up that volume. See if I can time this. Oh, excuse the geography. Bye! That looks like a shark. I didn't even realise it was that bad. Yes, this is what happens if you generate a orthophonic speed tile with a different mesh than the scenery is used to. If I got in and hit that slope though, that would have been broke the gear. So Jaws music can be played, but I might get a copyright strike. There you go, I was trying to go for a butter there. Nice. Right on the touchdown, right on the centre line, the aiming point, in the touchdown zone. RIP FPS. Flying over the Dutch mountains, brilliant. There we go, there's a view from tower. Wonderful. That slope was amazing, it was ridiculous. Excellent. Yeah, not too bad a landing. I felt I was over controlling slightly in the flare. That was just me getting used to the yoke. I'd still recommend this yoke. It's just very light. You should have flown the Airbus, at least you would have sharklets on your wings. Unbelievable. Right then, let's pop you in the wing view so you can enjoy the replay of the beautiful approach there into Schiphol. Guys, go fly an SRA Approach. That was wonderful. And I have seen the Amsterdam VATSIM or Holland VATSIM, I can't remember their official name, host these events. I've always sort of wanted to do it, and I thought, right, what would be a good way of coming back? But I saw this, and I thought that would be superb to demonstrate. I hope you enjoyed it, and the guidance I gave you, the way I configured it at least, was per my operator's SOPs. So give it a go. Use this as a bit of a tutorial if you so wish. The charts, if you type in on Google SRA Approach charts, it actually links you to the VATSIM Holland website, so you can grab the charts from there. So they seem to host events to allow for that. Otherwise, keep an eye out on the VATSIM events to fly it yourself. Amazing, guys. Thank you very much all for your patience, especially to the members. Great to be back. I am still very busy though. I have only just moved in the last week or so, so I'm moving things around the house, things like that, but I'm also flying a lot. I'm absolutely flat out of work, no standbys, but I am going to try and stream at least on one of my days off every week, so you get a stream at least once a week. But for the members, I will be a lot more active on Discord now moving forward. So from myself and Jack, thank you very much. For everyone that tuned in, it was great fun. To everyone that donated, thank you very much for your generosity, and to all the members for your continued support and patience, especially the past few weeks as well. And for all the regular viewers and subscribers, thank you very much for popping in, and thank you for liking the video. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest content as ever, and I hope to see you next live. I'll try and squeeze one in. I'm back to work on Thursday. I'm out all day Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, but that's a big if. I'd say I'm not, but that's why I say subscribe, because you'll be notified as soon as I'm going live, and on the social media feeds as well. Guys, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you all soon. Cheerio.